think I'm going.
Ted Cooper. Ted Cooper.
I think I'm going with Poopsie.
Ted
Don't go Poopsie.
I like Poopsie.
All right, Rick's gonna make fun of you then.
What? Because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. When you cast Dragon's Breath.
That's a very astute name.
That's how that's what I say whenever I cast.
Oh, that's what you should
I
just
super
call it.
believe in you, Ted Cooper.
Is Ted Cooper?
Two. Two, and then together they'd be
Oz-toot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Name it Toot.
Don't punch my knee, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Old man knee.
Yeah.
Internet. We've been live for a while.
Ha.
Thanks, Deb.
Hey,
welcome.
Internet.
Did you get the Oz-toot?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
we did.
perfect. All right, I'm satisfied then.
Yep.
For like a while. That's the beauty of Stream Deck over here.
Yeah,
I can
there's
just
a-
do all this from
Here we are, live from
You're
Ted's
so
basement.
ticklish.
All right, so hello, Internet. Welcome back to this
Hi,
campaign. Remember when we did this 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I do.
So, in case you were like, whoa, what happened to the game from last week? You're not crazy. It is just a last Tuesday of every month.
Pocket dice.
So that is Evil Game is the last Tuesday. So you won't be seeing the characters and the campaign for Evil Game until a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, the 27th again.
Yes. So, that being said, this is a campaign that happens on the other 3 weeks out of the month, or 4, depending on how the week
Occasionally.
lays out.
Once or twice a year.
Yep. So, don't really have any announcements other than, yeah, I am working a lot for restore all of the lovely customers here in the New York/New Jersey area.
Tri-state area.
Not tri-state.
Oh.
No, we
Oh,
sold away Pennsylvania.
Good.
So that makes me very tired, as I have been doing minimum 14 hours since Friday. So that's fun. And this does not show signs of stopping till sometime next week.
Yeah.
So that is that. So keep that in mind if I forget things or say weird things that won't make any sense or otherwise. So, oh, and there probably won't be an It's Built character tomorrow night just because I'm going to take a break.
Ted's got to sleep.
Yes.
He's only human.
That is very true.
Sad but true.
It is. If I was a robot, this would not be an issue. Anyway.
That's the dream.
Maybe we are robots. Whoa.
I'm thinking about getting robot legs.
Yeah?
It's a risky operation, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
Fun story about that. Thumbtack. Not robot legs, but being a robot.
So, what happened last time in our game here in my homebrew setting of Evrand? Well, the party had completed 2 very important, potentially life-changing, game-changing, and war-changing events for the Dwarven stronghold of Karrak-Faern, and specifically Queen Andira Fireforge. So, having done that, she had told them, think about what you want. If this turns out to be true, what benefits do you want? What gifts would you like to receive? If it is within my power to grant you said boons, I shall do so. So, it turns out that they were right. They did what they said they were set out to do, and she granted them these gifts. Some asked for knowledge, one asked for strength and armor and things to beat up other things.
Yeah.
And the other asked for his fallen ally to be returned to his side.
That's right.
So, over the course of a day or 2, knowledge was gained. A friend was returned from the dead by a cleric recalled from the war front lines. And a promise was made to forge a suit of spiked adamantine full plate armor for our new Dwarven Battle Rager, who did a very crash course training on how to become one with a montage of punching things and running bodily into things.
It worked out great.
It was a process, but it happened.
Everything I remember about it went fine.
And there was also a lot of alcohol in game.
Yeah.
A lot of very, very high potency liquor. Or Dwarven holy water, depending on what side you're looking at it from.
That's right.
So, all right. So with that, we're gonna pick right up, pretty much right where we left off But we may just fast forward a day unless there's anything anybody specifically wants to do. You said you wanted to cast
Find Familiar, which is a new spell that I know now.
Nice.
So go ahead and dock yourself 10 gold
Extensive reading
pieces
in the library.
for your incenses. Oh, you know what? That's something we never talked about. Well, we'll do that anyway. But this is something we never discussed, and it really only impacts... I guess it impacts the three of you, not you at all. But what are your guys' thoughts? And we'll let the chat chime in to see what they think as we go along here.
Be reasonable, chat.
But what do you guys think about material components? What's your spin? I have done in the past, in older games, it was pretty much just like a known thing that you would just spend the money from your inventory to
stay stocked.
Just to use whatever you wanted. That was just the way things worked.
Okay.
But that's fine. We can do that. Or we can do the whole, like... I mean, obviously, diamonds, it's just like, that's... Well, if you play with older edition rules, you just be like, well, I need a diamond worth 500 gold pieces. I just dock 500 gold pieces off of my inventory, and I use the diamond.
Right.
We obviously have never done that just because it's more interesting, I feel like, that way. Specifically, diamonds are very... it's only for a very specific set of spells, chromatic orb and things like that.
Reviving spells.
Right, exactly. So, and gems are often doled out as a form of treasure.
Right.
But what are your thoughts? Again, for the folks not using material, or I guess we'll just have it be for material components that are either consumed and aren't replicated by the arcane focus, or obviously the more important ones, the ones that cost money.
Right.
Do you want to do the docking of the money, or do you want to do the more immersive-y way of acquiring the materials? Now, that works out. We did have somebody gift you guys a bowl. Althea High Flame granted you that bowl in the old campaign. That was a jewel-encrusted bowl that lets you cast Hero's Feast. Because that, like, when you think about that, you're like, oh, good thing I just pulled out my jewel-encrusted bowl worth 1,000 gold that I just happened to have on me.
Of course.
But that makes more sense that you would something you can find, and I'm not going to limit you in such a way that a lot of these things are going to be not able to be found.
Right.
But like one of the more important parts, which I feel like, and I remember, and I feel like a lot of us forget, and Jake, will be so excited for this.
Okay.
Each time you cast Find Familiar, you need to use 10 gold pieces worth of incense and charcoal each time it is consumed upon each casting.
Well, that's wonderful.
So if you dismiss it, you can bring it back.
Right.
But if it's destroyed, you need to take the hour and the money to cast it again.
Aha.
So I don't think any of us are going to have Find Familiar. Maybe you.
I have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean now, but I meant you in Evil Game. Because now I feel like now it's going to be like, Jake's like, well, you need to have that for that spell. I don't care about any of the other ones. So Find Familiar.
Right. You gotta have it,
You need to have your material components.
My 2 cents would be if it's something rare, like a gem or a jewel, something that wouldn't be reasonable to find in like a component pouch. Like I feel like incense and charcoal is reasonable to have in a component pouch. So at that point, dock the 10 gold. Your component pouch was a little bigger, but for like a diamond or jewel encrusted bowl,
something
ruby
super
dust,
specific
something
or really rare.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
The Hero's Feast bowl.
Yeah. What about like 100 gold piece pearl for Identify?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's rare enough.
Okay. All right. So we'll say either way, you have this 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, which is worth nothing. Charcoal.
Right.
So it's got to be 10 gold pieces worth of incense.
It's good incense.
Which is
10 gold pieces worth of incense and also charcoal.
Yeah, it's there's no comma in the punctuation to know what is the 10 gold.
Yeah.
Because if it's 10 gold worth of charcoal, that's like
so much charcoal.
That's like a
You have a
cartload
ton
of
That's so
charcoal.
much charcoal.
I guess maybe if you were to go to like, well, you'll
the
find out.
organic charcoal.
No,
stuff?
I was gonna go to like the southern area that you don't know which one it is. That's sort of like the barbecue pitmaster
nice.
place where
Their
charcoal is a hot commodity. There.
Right.
But
Oh.
see, I can make the puns. Then it's okay. Anyway.
Well, it wasn't water based.
That's true.
You know,
That's
with fire base. Yeah, fire puns are fine.
Fire puns are fine.
They're lit.
All right. So, anyway.
also in this day, because I'm realizing now that for Arcane Tricksters, the character description doesn't specifically say I can use an Arcane Focus, whereas other classes do.
Right.
You're right, it does not.
So I'm going to go buy a component pouch.
Yeah, that's actually a point to know, a point to just touch on, folks. If they don't specifically state. Actually, I would recommend reading, it doesn't say that you can, but I would read what the component pouch, or the focus section says.
Okay.
To see if it's, like, because that may be a thing, like, if you have, because you don't start with one, you might be able to acquire one and use it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Just like,
What, Arcane Focus?
yeah, to see if they let you not use a component pouch.
Okay.
So basically, again, to derail the campaign for a little rules discussion, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
So you can either have a component pouch, which is basically thought to be a bag
with
where you have components in it. But like for things like I don't know, because I've been watching all of the Critical Role stuff, if it's like an alarm spell, that's a piece of silver thread that you would theoretically use to make like the alarm.
Right.
Or like a message, I think is
a piece of copper wire.
Yeah, a piece of copper wire. Yeah, exactly. So you'd have like it would be a pouch, and you'd be like, oh, I pull out this piece of copper wire, and I cast my spell. The Arcane Focus takes the place of anything that doesn't require a monetary value.
Oh, okay, cool.
The reason you would also potentially use that is, I want to say it's one of the protection spells, protection from good and evil, possibly. One of them, there is a spell, at least one, if not a couple, that use that the contents is consumed. Yep, here you go. Protection from good and evil. Holy water or powdered silver and iron, which the spell consumes. It does not have a gold piece value. So theoretically, if you have a component pouch and you only have one thing of holy water and one thing of powdered silver, you use that up and it's gone. Yeah. But because it doesn't have a gold piece value, the Arcane Focus lets you use that without expending it because it just takes the place of it.
Okay.
So druids can use things like holly berries or like a yew wand.
Yeah.
Bards can use an instrument. Clerics and paladins can use a holy symbol.
Yep.
Wizards can use an Arcane Focus.
But Arcane Tricksters can't
Arcane Focus specifically states which classes can.
Okay, then that must be it then. Okay, so that answers that.
And
so both of you guys need components.
25 gold, Pat, for a component.
I have a focus.
She has a focus because she's a sorcerer.
Right. I was talking about these two.
Oh, yes.
You're fine.
My phoenix feathers mouth.
Only, and it only depends on... And again, focus is only relevant for material component spells. So spells that require material component. If not, then it doesn't actually matter. So...
That's how I'm going to interrupt concentration.
There you go.
So, that being said, you take the time to gather your components and your time frame, and you take your hour and 10 minutes and you cast, or whatever. You take your
right over there.
Yeah,
I can't cast it as a ritual.
Oh, you're right. So you take an hour, and you cast Find Familiar, gaining a
owl.
Of course. Somewhere around here, there's an
What's
owl.
his name?
It doesn't have one. It's made of magic. It's an owl.
That's cool. That's fair.
Not gonna name it?
No.
Yeah, call it owl.
That's fine. It's basically cannon fodder. So what are Celine / Ember? What are you doing during this day? Again, if you don't have anything specific, we can just skip it and move on.
Yeah, I don't have anything specific.
Cool. Anything?
Nope.
Cool. All right. So day goes by.
Yeah, I'm just getting fitted.
Learn about all that dwarf trivia.
Yes. There's a lot.
Expert.
Yes.
Expert dwarf knowledge over here.
Just because I'm a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. Yeah, you have a advantage on remembering.
We have a little pub, and there's trivia, and
dwarf trivia.
The category is dwarf culture.
Do
or at least dwarf random facts. Anyway.
Got it covered.
Yeah,
we should do well.
Alright, so after a day, you guys stay and rest, and you're still recovering as your muscles and your bloody knuckles are still starting to regen and heal and scab over and then scar over. You are able to return to the forges, to the adamantine forges anyway, And as you make your way down, you see, sitting there, kind of in a place of prominence, and next to it, standing with a smile on his face, is Crag McNuckles, and you see that the forges haven't stopped. They're still going, and he is there, you know, as he said he would be, to oversee the production of these adamantine. And you do see yours is there, and you see that the other, there is, like, you see, like, some gauntlets and some helmets and, like, a couple of axes and things that have been made throughout the day and the night that are kind of being set on racks.
Right.
Or rather set on carts.
So these guys are getting some work done.
They're trying. Anyway.
Right,
and there's a handful. There's about, you know, there is kind of like an assembly line. Like you've got like 2 dwarves in the forge with tongs.
Right.
And then a couple that are also kind of lined up
ready to go.
Anvils and to kind of work this stuff as it goes.
Nice.
And you can see as you're walking in and hear the clanging that you see. There's like one guy pulling stuff out with the tongs, and then there's like a set of 2 dwarves on either side of the anvil, and they're sort of in sync, so it's like cling, cling, cling.
Nice.
So it's
all right, cool.
So they can work things twice as fast.
Sure, yeah. Takes a beating to get it into shape.
Oh yes, and you notice too that these little smaller hammers, the smithing hammers, they are also gleam with an adamantine. Right. As you knew, there was a set of tools to work stuff there. And they seemingly also crafted additional
tools you would have to
work it.
Because it's the only thing that would work.
Correct. And he kind of like gestures, and you notice that he did refit that black helmet with the glowy eyes with spikes.
Oh yeah,
and things. So that is now a part, and the armor is black.
Oh yeah, black adamantine. It's ready to go. All right, I'm gonna get right in there, man.
And like you, you move up to it, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like watching. He's like, oh no, because you're like starting, and he's like, no, just, and he like shifts it a little bit. He's like, oh, you shred your arm, it's fine. And it takes like a good 10, probably like more like 20 minutes, because this is their first time ever doing it.
Sure,
and this is your first time in your recent memory really donning armor. So eventually it starts to become a little bit more routine. You start to remember what it was like.
Yeah.
All
right.
And you are
cod piece. There we go. It's a little spiky, kind of weird.
So is it like?
Oh no, never mind.
Like,
it's good. No, it's settled.
Like labyrinth status cod piece?
No, not
nothing
like,
so majestic.
No, not quite.
Or silky.
Crushed velvet cod piece.
No, it's adamantine, like everything else.
Yes. So you have now the set of armor. What would you? You have it, and it is yours.
So I go to Crag. I give him an old.
And he's like, oh yeah, I was gonna say, he's like, and then you just kind of pat him. He's like, all right.
I'm gonna laugh a little because that was funny. All right, Crag, you old rascal. I guess I gotta get out there and spread the dwarven word with my fists.
And he's like, I had to be good. And when you think you're ready, come on back and we'll finish your training.
All right, you got it. I appreciate it. Don't go dying on me, all right?
Because I think I'm a little too stubborn to die.
All right, good. All right. Could I have bought him a thing of holy water?
Yes, you definitely could.
Cool. I'll buy him one of those, and then I'll present that to him and be like, all right, well, don't drink this all in one go.
He's like, no promises. And he starts drinking it immediately.
Yeah, right. Good. I figured
because that's his deal.
That's his thing, man.
That is his thing, man.
I'm
trying to find. I don't think I have any pictures of the armor and like a good version of it. So I don't.
All right.
But
I'm feeling pretty vividly in this armor. Just the way the spikes are all like sticking out. It's like what's it like, the Iron Knight in Yu-Gi-Oh? God, what is he?
Geofried.
The
Iron Knight.
The Iron Knight. That's right, Joey. That's right, Joey.
Yes.
I believe in you in the heart of the cards.
God.
But good cheating, like the best cheating, you don't even need your hands to do it.
Yeah, that's true. You just make it come
Yeah,
down.
you're just like, is it even cheating when you're just like, I believe in myself, and you pull the right card every time?
Well, you're from the middle of the deck, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're pulling the right card from the middle of the deck, that's cheating, yes.
But he's
don't
not
know
pulling
what
it with
it
his
is.
hand, he's pulling it with his heart.
No, he's...
And then his hands pull it out from the middle of the deck.
Have you never...
But he doesn't.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Does he
I
know
know,
what
but...
it is that he's pulling out?
Yes, he's a cheater.
All right. Well.
Oh,
That's how
good cheater,
cheating
though.
works.
He's
He's a good cheater.
Yeah, but
No
how
one
did he
ever
win the
knew.
dice one, then?
Aha!
Oh, that one he won on skill.
Oh, okay, and luck?
And luck.
Well, no, he got that one in the middle where it was like, oh, there's no way it's gonna work it out, and he was
And
like,
it was
no,
the
it
Dark
just
Magician.
fucking
Yeah, I
does."
remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm imagine like kind of like halfway between that and like full on spikes. So like the armor is ready to shred people as I grip them, and then also spike the shit out of them the rest of the time.
Real quick, Jamesy bought us all kunai with keychains, but it came with one kunai and one shuriken. So half of us got kunai with chain.
I don't have mine, but it's somewhere.
Nice.
So I took a shuriken.
Yeah.
I'm a team player.
That's fair. That's cool though.
So
My only keychain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you now have this armor. You can mark yourself off at an 18 AC.
I did.
And what are you gonna do with the greatest sword?
What?
I'm curious. As a DM.
I'm taking it, man. It's my sword.
All right. Hey, I wasn't sure if you had plans, or you were just gonna relinquish the plans and go with just.
Oh no, I'm planning on punching people, but it's my sword. Like.
Okay. All right.
I gotta. I'm not ready to let it go.
And it's weird when you put on this armor, how much like a second skin it is.
Oh yeah,
like
it fits tight.
Very, very well fitted. Even though you weren't there for the fitting, it fits very well.
All right.
Like you feel like even though it's spiky and unwieldy,
Right.
you could probably sleep in this armor and you wouldn't wake up with any issues.
It feels comfortable enough to leave right now, and that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I'm gonna punch the wall on my way out.
Make me an attack.
Yeah.
You hit. It's the
Very
wall.
different name.
I do hit with a 23.
All right.
I punch the wall with adamantine fist.
The wall breaks a little bit.
Ha! I laugh and then I leave.
All right. So, you guys eventually regroup. You now see new Rick the Brick in his black adamantine armor. His eyes are glowing as long as the helmet is on.
Oh, God.
Oh, hey.
What's up, guys? Hey, yeah.
There's
Rick,
Rick.
I like the new outfit.
Yeah, man.
It suits you.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm happy with that. I like the new owl. It suits you.
Thanks. It's useful.
Yeah, well, that's important.
Yeah, I thought so.
Its name is Hoop.
It has dark vision. I can see through its eyes.
Oh my gosh.
I just realized that right this second.
Does that mean you can still function normal while you're looking through its eyes? Right?
Yeah, I just can't, see.
Well, I mean, as long as it's right next to you.
If it's on my shoulder,
You
I'm
could do
solid.
like a third-person camera all the time for your whole life.
That is a great idea.
Forever.
I really like that idea.
Yeah.
What's a camera?
Oh, sorry. You could do like a third-person camera for your whole life all the time. Anyway, if I'm not doing the voice, then I'm not Batman.
That's what I say.
I read a
yeah.
book about Batman.
Was it good?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I also learned this thing.
Okay.
Watch. Look at my hands.
Okay.
Look at my hands.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and pickpocket him with my mage hand.
Okay.
Boop doop boo. 14.
Make me. What's your passive perception?
13.
You said 14.
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
You. What's your passive perception?
16.
You don't, because the mage hand is invisible. So your passive, you'd be at disadvantage.
I would have to feel it passively.
So that's a -5 to your passive checks, because it's invisible. Because you would have disadvantage. So I don't know why you're rolling, because it's a passive check. So yeah, you are able to extricate something from his pocket.
I don't care what.
You can go ahead and make me a perception check to see if you feel it. You don't see it, but let's see if you feel it.
Ooh. 21.
All right.
All right.
You feel like a little boop, boop, insertive into your pocket.
I said
Whoa.
assertive, not insertive.
Are that you?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Fair.
to me.
It was just a demonstration.
Yeah.
It was just a demonstration.
No. Okay, that's good. I want you to be assertive, not insertive.
I don't get it.
Drink. That's a SpongeBob reference.
Excuse me, sir. You're sitting on my body, which is also my face.
Not drinking again.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's a thing I learned how to do.
Yeah, it's invisible. That's.
I made a magic owl. I got an invisible hand.
You do anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so you guys... So, what's the plan? Unnamed party of 4?
Alright, let's get out of here.
The fearsome foursome.
Are we a party of 5 now?
Oh, right, Sabine is there, so a party of 5.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
And she's just like...
She's got gold eyes?
Yes.
Nice. She fits in.
Yeah, oh, did I ever show you guys a picture?
I think you did, yeah.
Did I? I think I sent you guys a picture. She's got a crazy ram horn.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
And she has her pole arm?
She does, which is now mithril. And she's just like, I'm still getting over being dead.
Ah, that's fair.
That sounds like it would take a while.
Yeah, like 3 more days.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's actually not bad.
so what's the plan, Rick?
Man, I don't know. I just gotta get out of here.
Oh, good. I was gonna say I wanted to get out of here.
I need to go see elves. So
Like-
I'm gonna go do that.
Like any elf?
No, I gotta go to the tower.
Yes.
All right.
You know, well, you know, again, to touch back on what you gathered, you could go there to the elves, because that's the source, the symbol,
Right.
which I didn't have time to draw, which I will, though, is an elven in nature. So you know that that's the source.
Yeah.
You know that the abbey,
Or the
here,
okay.
the abbey, so you guys are going to come out right here.
Right.
Right? So this
Oh,
is...
the abbey also might have information.
The
You said
abbey,
that.
yeah, the abbey is they're knowledge keepers, and there is a massive library on another continent, but I don't know if you feel like traveling there, which you can if you want.
The Frost Heave, how is that as like an area? What do I know about it?
Probably cold.
And it's very cold.
I mean, yeah.
It is always winter there.
Okay.
All the time. It's always snowy and icy. There's not much in the way of actual settlements there. Like, there is no cities. Occasionally, you might find ramshackle, like, parties and caravans traveling through, or you might, nothing that's notable enough to be on a map.
Right, except for the Abbey.
Correct. And the Abbey's kind of tucked away in the mountains.
Okay.
And they're, again, they're a study of all kind of things martial, as well as they're keepers of knowledge.
Cool.
And then the typical types of creatures one would encounter in an icy type area. Nothing ever fun.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Okay. First things first, we go to Brickon's homestead, and then we figure out where we want to take a boat.
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Cool.
I'm good with boats.
Yeah?
Are you?
You set them on fire.
No. That doesn't happen all the time, just occasionally.
Just regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so you guys eventually...
I buy provisions for me.
Okay, what do you buy?
I just buy whatever I can find that's nearby and also cheap enough to give me. I mean, I can cook, so I buy like flour. I buy stuff to make my own bread, and I buy stuff I buy a bunch of salted like pork.
Okay.
Just bread and pork, and that's it.
No, you said
beans.
flour and pork.
Flour, pork, beans. No, everything I would need to make my own bread.
Right, you're not buying actual bread.
No,
You're buying things in which to...
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I can help you bake it.
I want to forage for food.
In the dwarven
City?
Still in the city.
Oh, still
We
in the city.
leave, yeah.
Probably like
Yeah, I was gonna get upstairs food.
All right, man.
All right. Anything else before you leave dwarven city here? Again, not a whole lot in the way of open shops, given the fact that a massive war is ongoing.
No, I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
I'm good.
All right, so it takes you
To the
guys a while. You work through the winding back paths to come up to the Brickon gate, which is the main gate that leads. Big, tall stone gates, where you kind of let people know that you're going through. Oh, and again, I think I told you guys already that you have You had things that would allow you to move freely about the city. Yeah. They also work to allow you exit from the city.
Nice.
Without any question.
Cool.
So you guys get up to the gates, and then you stop for about like 10 minutes as you hear like as there these giant ass, probably like 100-ton stone doors are slowly opened. As you can hear and see chains moving and a set of dwarves basically at a turnstile just running around, kind of cranking these doors open. And they only crack it open enough basically for you guys to get through.
No reason.
And you're not bringing any carts or anything like that, so it's easy. And you guys are able to exit out, and then you start to hear the slow clinking of the chain as it begins to shut behind you.
Is it sunny out?
Yes, it is. You guys exit out into the bright daylight and the crisp mountain air of the northern Wyvern Peaks.
It's all gross smelling.
Yes, it is very bright. Mostly natural sunshade.
Does my helmet provide some cover from the brightness of the sun?
A little bit, yeah. It's not like got a brim, but there's enough. There's a spike, so there's enough to. The spike
like
basically.
Spike right there.
It's not like
unicorn.
No, it's more like kind of like that.
It's a unicorn.
It's like a rhinoceros.
More like a rhino, yeah.
Now, if you were paler, we could call you the albino rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you got white armor.
You're gonna be the black rhino. It's very cool.
Rick the Rhino. Calling him that.
Hell if you know. Or I know.
I don't know. I'm leaving. I start walking away.
All right, so you guys are in the mountains here. There is a little stretch of forest. There is a path cleared through it that leads to Brickon's Homestead, which isn't too far from where you guys are, so you guys can make your way there. But first, why don't I have you guys make me somebody? Only a d20.
His hand's already on it.
There. 11.
That might be a thing.
Oh, yeah, so we might have a thing. I can smell it.
Whatever you say, you mystical unicorn.
I feel like the leader of this group is bad news.
Huh?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, tell me about home. How's that going with your parents?
Not really.
I mean, I know you left, so not good.
Yeah. A friend of mine died.
Right.
Because I may or may not have been using Dad's apothecary supplies to make poisons.
Oh, I assumed that you were then.
Oh yeah, I definitely was. I was being coy.
Oh, all right.
I'll stop.
All right.
Yeah. And then one of my friends got poisoned with one of my poisons, so I was like, "Hey, Dad, help!" And he was like, "Yeah, but like, dude." And then she died anyway. Dad did his best, but you know,
Poison,
yeah.
Yeah. She wasn't a dwarf.
And then they just what's up?
Nothing.
No, she was a gnome.
That's a shame.
She was really cool.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, and then they just started looking at me different, so
Leave. Yeah.
But they're good.
That sounds like it.
Yeah, I mean they're still in bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they should be. I'm sure nothing wrong. Nothing bad will happen over there.
Well, I mean, considering that they're, the famous green bottles. I feel like no one's gonna mess with a wizard of Dad's stature and a fighter of Mom's in a small town like Ben.
Nah, probably not. That'd be silly. Yeah. You came all the way around, huh?
Yeah, looking for you.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Huge disappointment. Sorry about that.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Gotta love.
Do you keep in touch with any? Actually, never mind. That was a dumb question. I was about to ask a dumb question.
No, I don't actually keep in touch with anybody.
There's no such thing as dumb questions, man.
No, when you ask your...
Just dumb people.
I guess, but... When you ask your parents' friend who lost all of his memories, if he keeps in touch with any of the old faces, that's a dumb question.
I'm gonna look at you, but my eyes are on fire because I'm wearing my helmet. Your eyes are on fire because that's just who you are.
Sorry, this was very quickly. And also this chair needs to be oiled or something. This is very noisy.
Mine just groans.
There's a weird squeaking noise coming from behind that tree.
You want to check it out?
It's a rare bird that's in this area.
It's the rare squeaky bird.
Let me try something.
All right, let's see it.
Owl. Go check that out.
Alright, so the owl. Actually, it doesn't make any noise because owl.
Unless it's a screech owl.
No, it's not a screech owl. I'm assuming these are the worst random encounter cards right now. It's like, hey, I know you're in the Wilderlands, but how about a gold dragon?
Nah, that's okay.
You guys don't want to
meet a gold dragon right now?
And here comes a super fist.
You are an expert in Wombo.
I am an expert in Wombo.
She's been working on her Wombology.
That's what I do as we're traveling.
Talk about Wombo?
No, just, you know.
Oh, good. You're just thinking about it.
I'm meditating on Wombo so I can reach the nirvana of Wombo and know all of
Wombo.
Whoa.
Every
so
tense of Womboing.
The secrets of Wombo.
He, she, we, Wombo?
Your owl goes over. Are you looking through the owl's eyes?
I am.
Okay. You see a large cat.
Oh.
Yes, a large cat stalking through the woods. You don't know if
like birds come back.
All right. Make me a perception check for your owl.
Does it rely on sight?
It does.
Thank you, Jack.
I don't even know if that gives advantage.
He's just throwing it out there.
I'm going to check.
I feel like
on
it
my
does.
Companions app that I found on the internet. That Ted told me to find on the internet.
You did? Good job.
I did tell him to find that on the internet.
Nice.
So good at finding
Things on the internet.
Such a Hufflepuff. Yep. Advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
I did my best.
You did the best you could.
7.
You notice that this cat has two exceptionally large incisor teeth.
Ooh. Come back. There's a cat over there. It's got real big teeth.
Those make
Just
it
2.
Alright.
Those are the only teeth it has?
No, those are the only big ones.
We should just
Said it had two big
keep
teeth.
an eye out for it, I guess.
Remember,
Gum.
maybe.
Which way was it going?
I was gonna say, remember that door?
Which way was it going?
That's a tree. Doors are sometimes made of trees. Just like
Go through the door? Go through the tree?
knock the tree over on the cat.
Well, it's just a cat, man.
You said it has.
It's big teeth. But
Right.
Like...
Which way was it going?
It looked like it was working its way stalkily towards you.
It's heading right for us.
Oh.
Isn't that how you deal with things? You just like
Go right for it. Alright, but I'm not gonna try and knock over this tree.
okay.
Sounds like quitter talk to me.
Alright. Let's go get it.
I mean, you're pretty beefy. Just run and just.
I mean, just
You
because
didn't
I
witness that. He did.
I didn't. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
just
maybe
because
it's a
I
thing.
can knock over a tree
So
doesn't
you
mean I'm
can
gonna go
knock
knock
Cast
over a tree.
guiding bolt if it pops out.
Okay.
Alright.
I just-
I'm gonna
I'm gonna take my dagger and slowly start.
take a
cutting the
rock
tree.
and just throw it in that direction
You're
and
gonna
start
go over
yelling.
to the tree that it's behind.
Just a tree.
Oh,
They
just
said
a
knock
tree?
over a tree. They didn't specify.
Okay, sure. Make me an attack roll.
Are you stabbing the tree?
So you're readying an action to cast guiding roll. You just call your owl back. What are you doing?
Nope.
And you're heading over towards it. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm making a lot of noise, trying to scare it off.
16.
And you watch
To
as
cut
Ember
the
cuts
tree.
over like a sapling. And it just falls over.
Got it.
No, it was more like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all heard that.
and then she kind of like, then it's like gets all stringy, you know. And she cuts it, and then it goes over. And it's like, it doesn't make a lot of noise.
Pick
You're
up.
not sure if a sapling falls in a forest, and
If it
people
makes
are there
noise.
to hear it if it makes any sound.
And then when you get frustrated, pick it up and light it on fire. Ready.
Okay.
You're making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I'm just gonna clang on my armor with my armor.
Okay. And you move towards it. Move towards where you know it to be.
Yeah.
As you get closer to the tree, make me a perception check.
Okay. These are things I'm bad at. 18.
Okay. You
worst.
notice.
I know.
What?
You're the worst at those.
I know.
Worked out that time.
Gotta stop having this close on me here. As you're walking, you realize you've noticed something. You see it.
All right.
But you also see 2 more.
Oh, shit.
One on either side. Moving towards you.
Oh, well, I move back and say, there's 3!
That's more than I suspected.
And as you start to back away, how do you back away? Explain this to me.
What? Oh, so I see these other 2, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, whoa! And just start moving backwards without breaking eye contact with the leader.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move all the way back to Wave. And then once I get there, I'm gonna put my fists up.
Okay.
And say, here, kitty, kitty. Because I'm cool.
Yeah.
We have a giant ball of yarn.
No.
Who has that?
Where would we be keeping a giant ball of that? I have a backpack.
I don't know. They're cats.
Oz, pay attention.
Sorry.
They're
Pay
cats.
attention.
And as you back up, they start bounding towards you, all 3 of them.
All right.
Kind of on a 2 on like a 45 and the 1 straight ahead. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Nice.
Do I get to cast the guiding bolt?
Yes, you did. So go ahead and cast that guiding bolt.
4.
22.
14.
22 hits. Hang on. You got a 4 for Rick. 14 for Emma?
Yes.
11.
Damn.
13.
13 damage.
Yep.
You watch as this one starts running. Go ahead and roll me initiative. Okay. You see Wave unleash a
18.
beam. 18. A beam of radiant energy that blasts into the center cat. And it is now glowing.
Ha.
And then Sabine, she's gonna be this die. I'm gonna designate dice for NPCs. Okay. Sabine is gonna have. Oz, what did you have? 11?
Yep.
She's here.
Man.
And then
Low.
Me too.
the cats.
I rolled high.
What'd you get?
18.
The cats go first.
All right.
Boom.
They do not get pack tactics. However, though, with their running,
Yeah, they're gonna pounce.
they're gonna pounce.
Oh.
So, one is gonna, the main one is gonna run at you, because you just hit it. The second one is gonna run at you,
All right.
and the third one is gonna run at you, because she's got a big old thing made of fire.
Fair.
That's fair.
And as far as most sources that I know, large cats don't like waving branches on fire.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Face-
should douse them with water.
Cats
Cats hate water.
That's not gonna be the effective tactic we're looking for in this fight.
LaFay, to answer your question, you haven't actually missed that much. We got into a rules discussion, friendly rules discussion at the start about material components, and the party has just exited out into the wilderness for the first time in the campaign.
That's right. And now we're fighting some saber-toothed tigers.
Yes. So, first off, the one is going to go at Wave, so it's going to pounce.
Whoa!
So we're going to make a claw attack against Wave. Wave, 13.
Shut up.
Okay.
No.
That is going to miss. They're going to make one at Rick the Brick.
Yeah.
That was
Big spell.
almost a natural 20.
Ha-ha.
Like, it hit the side,
And then it
and
barely
then it
rolled off.
back, but you're lucky.
Ha-ha.
And then one's going to go at Oz, and that's going to be a natural 1.
Yay!
Uh,
That misses me.
Man, all right.
Wow.
That worked out really well.
Ted's dice are tired.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. What's the rule on familiars? Is it a tiny creature? Is it any tiny creature? It depends. Just to answer that, I mean, if you want to follow rules as written, it's what's listed in the spell, which is weird because like an octopus is an option as a familiar. But I think pretty much any creature that's CR0 that's tiny sized, I'm more or less okay with, unless it's ridiculous. But that being said, it is Wave's turn.
It's a snake.
There's a cat right up in your face.
Flying
Pull long
snake.
sword out.
Yep.
Take a swing. And that is 23.
Yeah, that would definitely. Oh, and it's an advantage because this is the one that you lit up.
Nice. 23.
Ooh, for 8 points of damage.
8 points.
Is it still alive?
Oh, yes.
Action surge. Attack again. For 15.
Okay, 15 hits.
for 10 damage.
10 damage.
Nice.
Okay. That is it for Wave?
Yeah.
Cool. Ember.
How's everything like arranged?
Situated?
Yeah.
So basically you have up in the front, you have Wave and Rick next to each other, cats on them. You were a little bit further back, and then you were wherever you were in relation to them, and there's one on Oz.
Like, is there a way that I can hit more than one of them with burning hands without hitting my own people? Like, if I move to the side and just like...
Yeah, if you move up to where these guys are and sort of angle it, I'll say that, like, you're not hitting them with the brunt of the cone. That's kind of going off into the forest, but, like, the diagonal of the cone could hit the two cats. Sure.
Cool, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so I gotta make dex saves. That's a natural 1.
Aha.
And a 7. So, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Good start.
Yeah.
Shitty cat.
3.
Shitty cat.
Fucking shitty cat.
3, 6.
Right now, shitty cat's at that age that cats get.
Butts. 7 points of damage.
Were any of those 1s?
Yeah.
Because you can re-roll 1s with Flames of Phlegethos.
Still a 1.
Oh, that's Celine rolling, though.
I'm not gonna use this. This has been letting me down. I'm going back to my old tactic of just...
Well, the problem with that is that you can't get your dice back.
Shitty cat's at that magical age
So what are
where
you saying?
she
How much
meows all the time
7.
loudly because she's hungry and then doesn't eat when we feed her.
Shitty cat.
She gets sucks.
Classics. Classic shit.
Classic shitty cat.
Alright, so then it is... Anything else? Do you have anything else?
I'm thinking if I want a bonus action or anything. Nah.
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna be coming up here in just a sec. But first, Wave is gonna, or Wave went already, sorry, Sabine is going to move up to within 10 feet of the one that is attacking Wave, because he is her,
she's a pole arm fighter?
yeah, within 10 feet. So she's basically, he's basically her family at this point, since they've trained together for so long. And she's gonna take an attack, and that is going to, what's your attack bonus?
5.
5. Yep, that's gonna miss. And then she's gonna swing again with action surge and get it 11. And then
she's gonna hit it with the butt.
the butt.
Oh yeah.
The butt hits.
Yeah! Give him the butt, Sabine!
Sticking with
Gives it
tradition.
the butt
Do you say that?
and gives it 6 points of damage.
I say that.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna move.
You weren't
this.
using the voice.
I wasn't using it. Yeah. I'm Oz, probably can't see
So I'm
because
learning.
there's a fucking cat in his
Yeah,
face.
there we
What?
Alright, so that
Ah,
is it
that goes.
for Sabine. Awesome.
I am going to, because no one's within 5 feet of my enemy, correct?
Correct.
So I'm going to take the disengage action as a bonus action.
Okay.
And disengage. Run over to
You
the...
could just have the owl move in, attack, and have the owl fly away. That'd give you sneak attack. So your owl would be within.
I'm still going to take the disengage
okay.
action as a bonus action.
And go fight.
But first, owl. Cacao!
That's a reasonable.
Yes.
Not an owl noise.
And then I am going...
That's Sean's every bird voice.
That's what all birds
I know.
sound like. Including Shane, the baby bird.
Also,
But not baby. the
Also-
duck.
No, different bird.
also Kincaid,
Oh,
the raven.
Oh, bruh.
Yes.
Remember Kincaid? Argyle's
while ago.
familiar.
And I'm going to use the booming blade.
Okay.
If I hit. 15 on the roll. So
Yeah, that's good.
cool. So with my short S word, that'll do 3d6. That's some hot fat shit right there. 13 damage.
Okay, that's not bad though. This is level 3. Come on now.
I rolled 331. That's why I said.
Oh
that's hot
yeah,
fat
that's
shit.
pretty shitty.
Yeah.
You should do better.
So
Come on, it'll be.
then I'm gonna disengage and run over to be next to Rick.
Okay. And you watch as this thing is sheathed in like a roiling energy. And then it comes to Rick.
Gross. I'm gonna go into a rage.
All right.
Because this thing's trying to eat me. And I feel like I caught its mouth right on my arm. And then I'm just gonna punch it right in the jaw.
This is reckless.
Right in the
no?
throat. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to attack recklessly. And enraged. Ha. 22.
Yeah.
All right.
You punch this thing. Well, you tell me.
Oh, poorly.
Your rage damage does count for the armor.
Okay. So that's 7 damage. I'm getting used to this armor still. It's the first thing I ever punched that wasn't a wall.
It's true. It's training.
Fair.
So I go to punch it, like, you know, give it like an uppercut, like in the throat, and I just kind of like glance off its jaw instead.
Let me just check one thing. Then it's going to go back around to the bad guys here. I just want to make sure.
Fat cats.
Well, you're wearing, and they hit you with a melee attack. They suffer piercing damage as your rage bonus. So just remember that.
Yeah.
All right. So this cat is going to attempt to claw you.
Okay.
That is going to be a 21.
That'll hit.
So it's going to do.
It's gonna take 2 damage.
Right. It's going to deal to you 10 damage, cut in half to 5.
Nice.
It's going to take 2 points of damage because you are raging and wearing your spiked armor. Okay. Then it's going to go on the one on wave. That's going to be 19.
Yep.
That's going to be 11 points of damage to wave. And then the one that you disengaged from is going to run after you, and it's going to need to take some damage.
5.
You take 5 points of thunder damage, and you hear, like, I guess you heard it before, I forgot, this thunderclap that shook the trees, and you see snow kind of fall off some of the trees here.
Ha!
First time I've done
And
that.
it's going to
Dumb cat.
pounce at you
Honestly, I did the
with a
same
natural
thing.
20.
That'll hit.
There it is. It took a little while.
Yeah.
Warmed up.
Time to get in the zone.
There you go.
Took 1 round of combat.
That's okay. You're taking 6, 7, 10, 15 points.
That was one of the worst jobs.
Oh, really?
So boring.
15 points? Alright, and then I need you to
Worked
make
there for
me
like 3 days.
strength saving throw, please.
That was like no more.
4.
4, you're going to fall prone,
Yeah, that sounds like
and it's going to make a bite attack at advantage,
Oh no.
which is another natural 20.
Oh man. Don't die.
I gotta make up for it from that first turn. That's 4, 13, 18.
Oh no.
If I didn't have 5 temporary hit points from fucking something.
From reading the book.
From reading that book.
That wizard, that lonely wizard's tale.
I would be unconscious.
Nice.
Hey, that's important. Good thing you read that book.
Good book.
Good
So you're still up?
Yes.
Barely, but still.
I have 2 hit points.
Good thing this wasn't good old
Yeah,
Nick Thomas's rules. Those were one of my absolute favorite made-up rules that I didn't know for the longest time.
Yeah, I think
What?
we all got
His
it.
rule
Yeah.
was an animal that had a trip attack. If it tripped you,
Yeah.
part of the attack was that it also ripped out your throat.
Oh.
Oh.
Which never came up because we never fought them, but I was a
Right.
druid, so I always had wolves. And they had a trip attack.
Right.
So if they tripped, they just let them rip the throat out of the enemy, which was great.
Brutal.
Yes. Wave. You have this one that is on you, Sabine is next to you, and then Rick is next to you fighting another one. What would you like to do?
Take a swing at the one I'm fighting.
Okay.
For a natural 20.
Oh yeah. It
Yeah,
is.
buddy, get
There
that
you go.
2d8.
Oh yeah.
6, I think.
Take it. And a 4.
4.
So
10.
15.
So how have you been attacking these things? Because again, I would like to remind everyone that I am encouraging descriptive combat.
So
You describe. I mean, normally you'd say you describe to me what you want to do, and then we'll roll and see what happens.
I'm
But
making some fluid slashes.
like,
Just, you know.
He's
yeah,
a water dancer.
Yeah.
sure. You bring down
Flowing a
as
little
you
bit.
kind of cut around the neck and face of this creature. You bring it down,
Nice.
and you see the life drain from its eyes. Then it is Ember's turn.
Did you say drain from his eyes?
Yes, I did, Pat. I'm not aware, or I'm not unaware that of what I said. Everything is a conscious decision. Some things are just for you, like that one. So, Ember.
I'm gonna bonus action Mantle of Flame.
You watch as she cackles and gets set on fire.
And
you sound like Professor Chaos right there.
I know, that was the point.
How do you like living with me?
Let's see how you like dealing with me.
Terrifying.
And
That's scary enough for cats.
I guess, yeah.
bean butter. And I'm a firebolt.
Okay.
The cat that's attacking him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
I'd like it if you rolled a natural 20, please.
No, I was one off. So 25.
That will hit, though.
Nice.
And then you deal extra damage or something.
Yeah, so 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Alright. That was your action, your bonus action, your flame mantle thingy still up.
She keeps laughing. Why did her voice sound like it's so deep, though?
I don't find it funny.
Is she making fun of me?
Then it is Sabine's turn. She's going to attack the one that's by Rick.
With my branch.
And she's going to miss with an 11. And miss with a 9. So that was Sabine.
I wave like John Cena.
Oz, you are on the ground.
I am. Can I attempt to stand up?
You can, and you do.
Ah, look at me. I'm gonna have the owl swoop in, swoop away. I will attempt to booming blade.
Makes sense.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna slash in its neck, just like a side, like ha-cha!
Sure.
Nice.
Let's see.
Crackling electricity.
Dubbed sixes. Does a 15 hit? No, 14 hit.
It does.
Yay!
So you hit, and you slash out at its neck with a... Another thunderclap goes off.
Fucking ball sacks.
Fucking ball sacks. My
that
favorite
makes
battle cry.
12
You're fucking ball
damage.
sex. I think you're doing it wrong.
Is he doing it right?
Alright, you
Fair
deal
point,
12
I
points of
guess.
damage,
I
and then...
I
It's
will
equal
use a bonus
experience,
action
so
to
yeah.
disengage
That's fair.
and run
Never
behind
attempted.
Ember.
Okay.
Being a big ball of fire, hoping no one follows me.
Alright.
Oh, do things within like a certain area of you take damage?
Okay, so there's this one that I'm
Only
fighting,
if you
and
hit
then
me with
but
a
right
melee
next to
attack
me
or
is the other
touch
one
me.
that had
Okay.
Oz pinned down.
Then I am
because
going
he ran
to
over to me.
run and slide
So
between
that
your
one's
legs
within
to get
my
behind
melee
you.
range also?
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
Alright, I'm gonna punch that
Yeah,
one because he
creatures
dealt
within
more
5
damage.
feet
Recklessly, I'm gonna
take
punch
fire
him right in the
damage
face.
if you hit her.
I'm gonna just look at it and it's gonna look at me and I'm just gonna right in the dome, probably.
Hopefully.
With a 21.
That hits.
Alright, cool. And this time I'm gonna deal, there we go, that's damage. I'm gonna deal 14 damage.
14 damage, yeah. As you clock this thing in the dome with your spiked fist, the spikes dig into its, like, through its skull. You feel them like a very weak substance that you break through as you've been punching through stones and metal, and bone is nothing now.
Especially when I got adamantine behind it.
Right through the skull. And it's the last one's turn, and it's going to attack you with advantage.
Alright.
And only get a 15.
It's gonna miss.
Wave.
That's me.
That is you.
I'm gonna attack the other one.
Let's make
Hey, get that guy.
No, for 8.
Nope. You miss.
Bonus action, second wind
Sure.
for 10.
Nice.
Plus your
Plus your
level.
fire
Going
level.
back up to full.
So
So
12.
13.
13, yeah, that's right. You didn't change your level.
All right.
That's right.
Ember, there's one left.
This is the one that this guy was fighting?
Nope. If that
No?
one's dead.
That one's
It's
dead?
the one
Rick
that,
punched
yeah, I
him in
just
the face.
turned and punched that one, and now I'm fighting this guy again.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna just firebolt it.
Sure.
I really want my second wind to be second wave.
18?
Yeah.
You do,
now
don't
it
you?
now it does negative damage. Or negative
18?
20. 18 hits. Yeah.
That hurts.
14.
You
Alright.
can't make electricity jokes.
Oh god. It's louder when it's closer.
That's gonna make me laugh every time.
Sabine is gonna hit with the pole arm actually, and deal. What's your strength? 18.
17.
17. All right, she's gonna deal 11 points of damage.
Nice.
as she slashes out with the blade of the glaive. And then she's going to give it the butt with a 19.
That's right.
With the butt.
Take it. Take it.
They do. They don't have much of a choice.
That's right.
And it's going to deal 7 points of
aggressive
butt damage.
stripper.
And it takes 7 points of butt damage.
That's right.
Then it is Oz's turn.
Alright, I'm just going to give it
You
up.
okay with her?
Butt damage just made me think. There's a thing, what's it called? It's a video and it's like Suro de Bunda, but it's like this thing where they take guys up on stage and it's girls and they go in like a handstand and put their legs here, so their butt's right here, and they literally just pull the dude's face like repeatedly into their ass. Basically.
Literal butt damage.
Literal
butt damage.
Literal butt damage. That's what made me think of.
Why are you here for your rhinoplasty?
So I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and shoot at that feller.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
Oh, good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 on the roll.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna try some different d6s.
All right.
They're not better.
No, they're not.
11 damage.
That is enough.
Ah!
As you...
I'm gonna shoot it. I aim for an eye.
Okay. What did you roll?
Is that what you?
Attack?
16.
16 on the roll,
Right.
so it was a
Yeah,
24.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot her right in the
Oh,
eyeball.
sorry, 20.
And down falls the remaining tiger.
Oh, jeez.
So I don't have some d6s.
How you doing, buddy?
Papa, a healing potion. That did.
Hey.
It did as good as my rolls for damage.
Bad.
And it was 2d4 and not 3d6.
You still feel pretty bad?
5,
I'm
7.
spinning around really fast to see if I can make like a trail of fire.
Yeah,
Yeah?
21 damage.
Alright.
Hey. It's spinny. Chill out, man.
I'm gonna go over to you and I'm gonna cure your wounds.
Thanks, Wave. I appreciate that. I'm having a day.
Wow. For 12?
There.
12. Ooh, that's good.
That's the best you could do, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna go over to you and say, "Hey, suck it up."
Fair.
Suck it up.
I am.
His blood.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna like, I guess, try and not bleed as much.
All right, that works too.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty.
I'm not that thirsty.
Yeah.
That I want to drink my
I mean,
own blood.
I wasn't
Not
literally.
really.
Wasn't literally telling you to suck
Burn
up
it
the
a
blood.
bit so it
That's
stops
what you
bleeding.
just said to her.
Yeah, that was just. I was joking.
Oh, your joking voice and your regular voice are the same voice.
yeah.
Want me-
Yeah, I
want
get
me to
that
burn it
sometimes.
a bit
No.
so it stops bleeding?
No.
No.
We're good.
No, that's just like the opposite of helping.
Yeah, that's hurting actually. Thank you. Yeah, hurting.
All right.
That would hurt.
Hey, good job, everybody. I just want to let you all know. You
Go
all,
team!
Yeah, good job. Nope, you're on fire.
No, it's a
Is
minute.
she
It's
still
gone
on
now.
fire right now?
It'd be gone now.
Sure. It only lasts a minute.
All right. And in that case, I'll give you a high five.
You take 2 points of piercing damage
Oh.
from hitting spiked armor.
There's spikes on this part of his hand?
Oh yeah, every part of him.
That way I can open face slap people.
To
Open
death!
I'm gonna
Or
see
death.
it and
Palm heads.
Yeah.
just
Pound.
No.
You good? Yeah. Okay. You need to take a rest.
No, we can keep going.
All right, cool.
I mean, unless you guys want to chill for an hour. You want to chill for an hour? We'll get
Alright.
everything back in an hour.
Okay.
Except for spells.
all right. Well, wait. We should skin these. There's no reason to let them go to waste.
I agree.
Anybody any good at that?
What kind of a check would it be?
A nature check.
Yeah,
or
or
survival
survival.
check.
I am too good at that.
I'm average.
Doesn't somebody have guidance?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
You do.
Yeah.
That guy.
I do.
That guy. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
mean,
Sabine
I've
will
got
chime
it.
in and she'll be like, "I'm still dying. I'm not the best because I'm dying." But
You wanna
Normally,
kill
you're
your
good.
compatriot?
what?
When you're not
There
dying,
is
you're
all
not.
this
You're
stuff.
not dying. You're recovering from
I'm
death.
recovering from
I
death.
think it's
but
she has to.
I'm like
It's
okay at
exhaustion.
it.
Oh,
If
never
you
mind.
want, I can try.
I mean, I'm okay at it too. I can try.
I'll give it a
I'm
try.
not also about to die. I'm 3 good at it.
Oh, I'm using a D8
Guidance.
though. Yeah,
What are you at it?
Yeah, you
What's
both
your
have
number?
guidance.
4?
All the guidance.
Yeah.
Can we double guidance somebody?
No, it can only be affected by one spell at a time.
Bummer.
So, but you guys can be
Alright.
double. You do have guidance in 2
Well,
ways.
let's speed it up. You do 1, I'll do 1, he does
Alright.
1.
She's this die. I forgot.
Bang it out.
15.
Someone gets a +4.
What'd you get?
15.
Did you get the plus? Did you
Is that
add the plus
including
4?
+4?
I did.
He's got his
Oh,
own
okay.
He got
guidance.
his own
Oh,
guidance.
I'll take that plus 4. So 23.
Oh yeah, she's not. She's not. It doesn't go well.
Oh no! What are you doing?
She's like, I'm still recovering.
All right, you.
And she's just like, I probably shouldn't have tried to skin it with my glaive.
No,
I was trying to be fancy.
that's dumb. That's what you got knives for, man.
How big are the teeth?
They are. Yeah, they're about like this long. So
Can I
4,
take
5, 6
one?
inches. Yeah. That's easy enough to pull. I mean, you can't pull it out. They're not like.
No, I know.
You can cut it out though.
Here, ready? And I'm gonna just take the jaw and just,
Ooh.
and then I'm just gonna yank it with.
It's like the top part of the skull.
Sure.
The teeth and then horns.
Yeah.
If you want, yeah. I mean, you gotta cure it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, but that's what I want to do with
But
it.
yeah,
eventually.
no, you
So I'm
could
gonna
totally-
take its head
Wait, is there
and
a
one of the.
Wait,
Check.
don't cut
is
off the
there
head
like some
until
kind
after we
of
skin it.
canner
Well, yeah, do
Okay.
the
or
skin.
something
But I want
in Brickon's homestead?
Yeah. There is.
Ah, so we could take it there and get it done there.
Cool. I want
Yeah,
a skull
so
and a tooth.
who? You
Hey,
got the
feller.
skull and a tooth, and you got the skin. Is that
Right.
What you were going
Yeah,
for.
I skinned
And
one.
what were you going for?
The skin.
You can take the skull from the one that Sabine just
Messed up?
fucked up because
Cool.
she's fucked up the skin, but like the skull is still
Yeah.
completely intact.
Maybe some
Okay.
claws too.
Sure, but yeah, you tell me what you want.
Claws, and then I'll take a tooth.
All right, so you guys can easily get the teeth are easy enough because they're actually you can
Yeah.
like they're solid enough that you can grab onto them and extricate them.
Yeah.
But as far as the claws go, roll me. No, you're fine on the check. You did good enough. Roll me a d6.
4.
You got 4 claws.
Hey.
Some of it got damaged from running and being slashed and hitting
In the
Rick.
fight.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Alright, guys.
LaFay, I will answer your questions right now, because I don't have the little sub cards that I wanted to have up. Like I think I have. No, I don't actually have any of them designed to show you, which I had for Evil Game, like these ones here. If I were to go here and go to Evil Game, see we could do this and show you the little character cards.
That's right.
For the various characters. We're gonna get those for this game. I just haven't gotten there yet. But that'll happen soon. So to your point, Rick is a battle rager, Oz is an arcane trickster, Ember is a phoenix soul sorcerer, Wave is a Templar fighter, which is a custom homebrew by Firebringer Axel. As is Rick's Battle Rager. It started off as my homebrew Battle Rager, and then Axel took it a step further and revised it, so it's his Path of the Spined Ravager.
That's right.
So they're actually better because the Battle Rager sucks.
Yeah.
And the Templar is sort of an Eldritch Knight, but instead of an arcane, it's divine. So it's like a cleric fighter rather than a wizard fighter. All right. So yeah, you guys are gonna rest. Was that the plan, or what was your?
No, we were gonna
Keep
just
going?
keep on.
Wave said
keeping
let's
on.
do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on.
All right. So you guys keep going. Oh. Well then.
Oh.
Well then.
Well, alrighty then.
Wait. Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Please.
Oh. For 9. Guidance.
Sure.
11.
11. Oh, hey, there's cards in this one.
Ooh. Ain't seeing nothing, pal.
You are walking along. This is the wrong cards. Oh, that's why. That doesn't belong there. You're walking along and make me a dexterity saving throw.
3.
You're just like walking along. You see Brickon's homestead, your home for the past year. Excited to go back, although a little saddened as some of your team, the high fives, have fallen. And as
You
you're
guys are
looking,
peace sign.
wistfully thinking off to times in the past and things, your foot catches on a root, and you just fucking faceplant right
Ow.
Where is he in line?
What is the marching order? What would it be? What would be your marching order?
How wide is
I'd
the
be
path?
last.
The path. I mean, the path.
No,
it's
wait,
kind of
no, I'm
walk in a
slow.
clump.
You could pretty much walk in a
Maybe
clump.
first.
You could easily. I
first.
mean,
You're made
on
of spikes.
Yeah,
on
you go
the
first.
road itself, you could easily walk. I mean, it has enough that the carts can come down from the dwarven area down here to do trade. So it's at least 10 feet across.
So
You
I
could
think
easily fit 2 people.
I'd go.
And if somebody wants to do that awkward half on the road, like half in the grass, uncomfortable way of walking, you could. If you wanted to all be in a line.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Melee
So-
fighters in the back. You guys in the middle. You're a little squishier.
I
So
am
you're in the
almost
solo in the front.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are walking, and you guys hear an impact as you turn around and wave his face planted on the ground.
Oh.
You alright, bud?
Yeah, thank you.
Alright.
Bro.
I'm alright.
I'm gonna help him up.
I would, but
Well, when you're doing that, make me a perception check.
7.
Wow, that is a number.
That's
Yeah.
my number.
As he's helping me up guidance.
Sure, I'll let you make one more perception check since you're literally
9.
this close to it as you are on the ground.
Alright.
oh no.
Not good. 14.
14's okay.
Okay enough.
Yeah. Pat, pick me a card. Don't show me. Don't look at it, and then just give it back to me. I said don't look at it.
Oh,
What did
don't.
you do? It's not even.
He literally just said don't look at it.
Pat is the worst at listening.
It's like, oh, stuff.
Pick a card, any card, but
Alright,
don't
yeah.
look at it.
What does he do? He fucking looks at it.
I didn't see anything.
Pick a card, any card.
I know. I snatched it as fast as I
Yeah,
fucking
no.
could.
This is the
Flabbergasted.
Internet,
It's
I'm
almost like
sorry.
Ted was ready for that.
Haha, evil.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like I knew that
There was a good chance.
there was a 90% chance that Pat was just gonna ignore literally anything I said after pick a card. Interesting.
That's what I thought.
Shut up, Pat.
69.
You notice that
Hey.
as you trip over, and since you're literally so close to the ground, as you're standing back up, being helped up by Oz, you notice that the root is actually loose, and it
Does
looks
he-
like that it has risen up over time, but it looks like that it can be removed, almost like it's a false root.
Oh. I'm gonna pick it up. Or
Okay.
remove
You gotta,
it.
you gotta kind of
Dig it
jimmy
up.
it.
6.9.
Hey, what are you doing?
I don't know, this loose root.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
10.
Take 7 points of poison damage as a spore of mushroom clouds hit you in the face as you pull that off. That's only because you stole the card and didn't listen. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. This is your penalty for not listening. Anyway, you do find in a thin piece of deerskin, marked with arcane sigils in charcoal, a leather flask, so like a water skin style thing, containing sweet-smelling water, the color of clay.
Is it magic?
And and then as you unfold it, you see that the this piece of deerskin has several bits of writing on it that you would guess to be some sort of spell scroll.
Ooh.
Do you? What did you say? Did you? Oh, you cast detect magic.
Yeah.
They're both magic.
Well, they're magic. When
What
they say
What does
things.
it say?
Oh, can't see the paper
Sure.
here thing?
What's it written?
Charcoal. On...
No, like.
Oh,
language.
Magic.
yeah. It's not so
Language
much. It's
of
not so
magic.
much an
It's like
actual
math.
language as it is more
Gotcha.
arcane symbols.
Can I make
Gotcha.
a Arcana check
Absolutely.
to identify it?
Wombology.
It doesn't have anything to do
Or-
with wombology.
Fucking dickholes.
Guidance?
For 4?
Sure.
Oh, did you already do guidance?
12.
Okay. You can identify it. You sit there and you're like, I'm gonna figure out what this scroll says, and then after like a little while, you're like,
You can taste it.
and then you sort of just have like an epiphany, and you're like, oh, it's written on a piece of deer skin in charcoal. It's probably some sort of ranger spell. But it turns out to be a scroll of absorb elements, which is an abjuration spell. Therefore, it is not on your list, is it? Is yours is an abjuration thing, Eldritch Knight rather.
Correct, but it's a wizard spell.
Right, but your spell list is, unless you have it, it's not on your spell list. You know what I mean? Because your spell list is comprised of enchantment and illusion spells, and then the other.
Yeah, except for those certain levels.
Right. So if that's one you end up taking, you could use it, or she could use it.
Yeah.
I forgot that that's the thing now. Well, you know what it is. They don't know because you're the only one who identified it.
Oh, yeah.
What you got there, Oz?
Did you sip the
It's a spell.
potion again?
Oh, okay.
Absorb elements.
Cool.
Seems
You know
useful.
that one?
I do now.
That's right.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Are you magic?
No.
I don't think so. So,
You know what's
Back
magic?
beside
These fists. Literally, I mean,
That's true. You're made of magic metal.
yeah.
Cool.
I know. They're sweet.
That's what I said.
You can take a sip.
I did. Potion of healing.
Oh, no.
Yay.
It's gray colored, yeah. Weird.
Smells sweet. Looks gross.
It does look gross. You're not entirely, as it's in a deer skin, like, squishy flask rather than like a potion bottle. Not entirely sure what this liquid is, but you know what it. You know
It's deer pee.
that it heals.
you.
I'm gonna try
Magic.
and identify it.
Oh, right, because you have the thing.
Herbalisms.
Got the thing.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a check.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
It's raining
Hey,
down.
remember that book
Nope,
that I
that's
put
wrong.
right in front of you to roll dice in so you don't lose them? Like
Nah,
that
he
one
doesn't.
that's literally right there? You can put all your dice in too so you don't drop them off of the fucking thing? Did you forget about that? I'm a little confused.
Wow.
Mind blown.
So what was your roll again?
1.
It's potion of healing.
Yeah.
Totally.
You can tell by the taste. Delicious. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. Where did it go?
Pat?
Did you check your butt?
We'll check on the break.
Did you check your butt?
No.
Oh.
And I will give you some more dice. But they stay here.
Okay.
Fair.
All his dice stay here.
No, all of his good dice went to the kids at the library. That's
Well, all those dice stay here.
But
Pat,
not
you
like-
asshole, giving kids at the library dice.
why- yeah, well, more importantly, the one dice that Dalius rolled constant 20s with.
That's true.
That was a good
one was
die.
good.
Yeah.
You should bring that guy back.
I don't think it exists.
It does exist.
Does it?
I mean, yes.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Unless you crushed it up.
Good dice.
Snorting good die.
That's how you get the good luck inside you.
Anyway.
Take that one to the bank, internet. Snort your good die.
Don't,
All right.
No. We do
That's
not
medical advice.
No.
Yep.
Oh, wait. No,
We
I'm
don't-
not a
We're
doctor.
professional.
I'm in character right now, so it doesn't count.
Also, Rick Jagger says he's been super busy at school, but's finally able to see the other 2 episodes. Figured to show up to support the show. Or
Hey.
only seen the previous 2. Also, Rick is his favorite for obvious reasons.
Ha, I agree. Ricks are great in general.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Ricks are great.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a character named Rick.
At least one.
Yes. Anyway, so you guys continue on through the woods. It's relatively uneventful. You guys do notice, again, for those of you unfamiliar. Actually, you've all been here and this way at one point or another in your journey, so you're all relatively familiar. It is primarily a coniferous forest here, as that's probably the only thing that can survive. It's not as cold as things on the other side of the Wyvern Peaks in the Frost Heave. However, it is still chilly. This is kind of a frontier pioneer town. It does get warm, but like the warmest it ever gets here is like 45, 50 degrees.
Okay.
So like the snow will melt off the mountains, the lower parts of the mountains, but the town itself still is pretty much cold, and you're right on the coast.
Right.
So that coastal wind. But yeah, it's yeah, and then your eyes return to normal. But you also get the feeling that
like my heart.
That Crag didn't really consult you whether or not he should have the part of your armor be built with that helmet.
All the time.
But he thought it was funny.
It's cool, but I feel like I'm not gonna wear it walking into a town most of the time.
That's a fair thought.
As someone who's lived in a retirement home in the dark by himself, this is his kind of humor. So it is, you guys do not have horses. It is basically from the gate, from the time you left, it's about 10 miles to get to the town.
All right.
So at a normal pace, because I happen to have it here, you guys could, it says, travel 24 miles in a day, I guess? Yeah.
That'll take us half a day.
So about half a day. So it'll be, because you guys got up, there was some time to get stuff and then buy provisions and make your way out. We'll just say you guys get there around like dusk.
All right.
Sunset. And as you get there, you can see that the town is pretty much like I said. It is, mostly almost entirely log cabins.
Rustic.
Yeah.
I might just chill out here, guys.
Just don't light things on fire.
See, you say these things, but it's a lot easier said than done.
I know, but just instead of using your magic to light things on fire, don't.
Or just stay next to Wave. If you light something on fire, you can put it out.
Oh, also, don't forget, I put it on your second page.
Water pocket.
Yes.
Sometimes
You now
I
have,
sneeze and
since
just...
you're third level, you can actually make water from nothing now.
Mm.
That is only once a day, but you do have the ability to create or destroy water on top of shaping it.
So you don't have full
Up to
control
10
over
gallons.
your fire?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So,
I mean, that's not it's a
nice.
yes or no question.
also, you remember, too, that because you hit third level,
Mm.
you now have access to that Cure Wounds as well.
Oh,
Your
yeah!
second level Cure Wounds once a day.
You do
About
remember that
I
now.
do remember that now.
Now that you mention it.
Now that the DM mentions it, yes.
Okay, but seriously and importantly, I would appreciate an honest answer on whether or not you actually can control when you do fire stuff.
Like a 70-30 split.
70
Which one's what?
70 I can control it.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so that's pretty good.
More often than not,
It's
I'm
really
okay.
not that good though.
It's not the
Like
best.
that's still. I mean, I
It's
feel
getting
like
better. It's
on a
getting
pass
better.
fail of like lighting people and houses and stuff on fire, that's still in the fail category. You gotta be up above 95% or something.
It'll be fine.
You know that, like, this is the best that it's been. Because it used to be...
It used to be real
It
bad.
used to be a lot worse.
Okay.
Like...
Like, achoo! Ha!
Yeah.
Pow!
It just happened now!
Well, you sneezed.
10 gallons
You
of
know
water.
from reading Uncle Dwimald's bathroom reader that dwarves punch people when they sneeze to protect the evil spirits from entering their body.
You gotta punch the evil out of people.
Not with spiky fists.
Well, it was a
dude.
reaction. I'm sorry.
I punch her too.
Oh.
But I have a strength of 0, so it feels like a sneeze. It's not a sneeze. It's not a sneeze. But it feels like one.
That is probably the best stupid ass trinket that anybody has ever rolled. Is a stupid thing that is now dwarven culture.
That's right. We're gonna keep doing it. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Ow.
Yours seem deliberate. All right, you know, just come on into town. If you
Wait,
light stuff on fire,
I
you
should
put
be
it out.
okay.
I think so.
It should be okay.
I believe in you.
Celine, roll me a D. Let's say, I don't know. Somebody else at the table pick a die. That's not a D20.
30.
30.
Oh, is it?
No, not a D20.
Not
Aw.
a D20.
12.
12?
4.
Okay, roll me a D12.
A D2.
Oh, you don't want that.
I know.
2.
Well, I guess it could have been a D2. Alright, so Celine, we could talk about this a little bit further, but actually roll me another D12. That's a little too short.
4.
4's better.
6, 8.
So, basically,
It was an accident.
I think we're gonna develop a mechanic.
Yeah.
Because you just gave me the wonderful numerical value of 70-30.
I feel like it adds a fun element.
That every 4 times you cast a fire spell will make you roll a percentile. If it's within the 70, you don't inadvertently set something on fire. If it's within that 30, you decide what you want, the upper 30, upper 70, or the lower 70.
Can I change it each time?
Let's, for consistency's sake, let's make it 1.
Oh, okay.
Just so that we know what to expect.
Okay.
So whatever, we can talk about it. You haven't encountered it yet. We'll start with 0 at 0 currently. So that will be the mechanic, and as you level up and do things, we'll increase that percentage closer to 100.
I like
Nice. All right, cool.
I feel like it adds a fun element.
Yeah, hey, well, you like a little chaos, so that's good. We'll add that into the game.
Yeah, good.
Yes. So, all right. So now we've developed a new mechanic. That's fun. All right. So you guys, you make it into the city. It's not. There isn't really much of. There's not really like a true. There's like a low stone wall, which is really one of the only kind of most of the stone structures you see, and it's only like 2-3 feet high. Just basically seems to make a border around the town, and you see that on either side of the entrance are statues. They are tall stone, very intricately carved statues of a broad-shouldered male figure in the traditional kind of bucket helm, knight style, full-on plate mail, big kite shield, and flail. That's kind of at his side, and they're in different poses. You know, it's like
dwarven made.
It is dwarven made.
Ha, it's good.
But you can see that the flail is like, which is crazy that it's made out of stone, but it somehow still is like suspended out.
Oh yeah.
Like the flail spinning, and the other one's kind of like shield in front, up like that.
You got to appreciate the craftsmanship.
And you guys have all been here before, so you know that this would be Brickon, the namesake of this town.
Yeah.
Brickon Ironstar is the name of the guy who was the founder of this town at his homestead. And as you make your way into the town, you do see that there is a large wooden watchtower on the one side here, kind of that is about 20 feet high. Good survey of the nearby woods around. As you guys saw, the woods are dangerous.
Right.
But they can yield profit and food and other adventure things to people who are willing to seek it. When you make your way into the town, it is, as you work your way through, you know, and Sabine will remind you if you forget, that you both, somberly, though, have completed your training. You and should return, 1, to honor your fallen comrades, but 2, to return to Maddox to complete your training.
All right.
But
we
you guys
should probably do that.
Yeah, it is nighttime. I don't know if you want to do it now or you want to do it in the morning. It's up to you.
We should probably report in.
Okay. So what would the other... They're going to go do that. I don't know what the 3 of you would like to do.
Tavern?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
I'm going to tell them and leave. I'm not just going to like, walk off.
What's a good tavern to go to before you go?
It's a great question.
I know.
I'm glad you asked.
Now you lived here, so
For years.
a year.
A year.
You don't listen to people.
A whole year.
Nothing.
You mumble a lot when you talk something.
Yeah, I know. So
What?
bad
And
habit.
then when I ask what you said, you say nothing.
Yep.
Alright, just making sure you're aware.
Oh yeah, no, that's just kind of guy.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? I would say about your observation right there.
What?
If I had to describe it.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Was it us, Toot?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want you to get there, so I got there first.
Yeah. Is it any better?
No, maybe a little.
Yeah.
Because now it's on your
Shake on it.
You know.
Sure. And then I'll mage hand shake.
Aha.
But it's invisible, so you just feel something gently grab your hand. It's my magic thing.
Yeah, I know.
Judge and Jury
weird.
is the name of a tavern that is...
The judge and jury, man.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple,
Yeah,
but that's a pretty good one.
Nice.
You gotta go check it out.
All right, we'll go there. All right, good luck, man. And I'm gonna.
That's all good.
We're good.
So, yeah, you guys can head there. You will make your way to Grizzly Maddox He is the head of the kind of militia force here. So I decided to cut back the size of Brickon's Homestead because I started doing research on other existing towns.
Okay.
And when I looked up that like Kingston is 20,000 people, I was like, wow, that's way smaller than I had thought.
Right.
So this town is more like 7,000 people.
Okay.
So the militia force is about 200 to 250 of the 7,000.
Sure, yeah.
So, but
more sustainable.
As far as statistics go, people here are survivors. Right. This is like Alaska.
Yeah.
People don't live here.
There's a Blockbuster video?
Yes.
Ah, nice!
What's a video?
It's what you get from Blockbuster.
What's Blockbuster?
The place that sells the videos.
He just said that.
I just said that.
He just said that.
Anyway, now who's not listening?
What?
If people here are, no one lives here, on accident, right? Like this is,
You gotta want to live here.
yeah, pretty. I mean, and you, or better yet, you have to want to stay,
Right.
Because this town it's not for the faint of heart. It's cold. It's surrounded by the coast, so you're kind of right near water, and if that's not your thing, and then you're also surrounded by, you're basically isolated from the majority of the continent. Your only outside contact, other than ship trade, is the occasional dwarven caravan, which as of late has been relatively minuscule.
Sure.
And then there's the surrounding woods, which are full of dangerous creatures that some live there and some make their way down off the mountain. So people here are generally hardy. For mechanical comparison, pretty much everybody uses the commoner stats, but with like double the HP.
Nice.
And additional like stat points to your average commoner that would exist anywhere else.
Okay.
So you guys kind of you see it's mostly wooden log cabin like structures, and there is various things that, again, you guys have been here, so you know there are a handful of taverns. There is a couple butchers, several tanneries. There is like a place with a job board for people that are willing to go out and adventure and go out into the wilderness to bring back various things. Some are for prestige, some are for making of other types of items and things,
Okay.
clothing and otherwise. You may be able to sell your skins to a tanner, or at least get your helm. They'll take the flesh-eating beetles to eat all the flesh off of the top of the skull so that it'll be clean and things like that. But you guys are heading to the tavern, so you make your way to the Judge and Jury, which is one of the larger taverns here. And again, you walk through the center of town. There is an even larger statue of Brickon, and it kind of has this little plaque underneath, like at the base of it, that says, Brickon Iron Star, Templar of the Triad, founder of Brickon's Homestead.
Dude's kind of vain. He's got a bunch of statues of himself all over the place.
Cool.
That's an observation.
And I was complimenting your observation?
Alright, cool.
That's what I said?
What?
That's what I said.
No, you're supposed to say nothing. Come on, Oz. Pick up on it. It's banter. Let's go.
It's like I'm taking notes or something.
Alright, so we go in the tavern, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are here in the Judge and Jury Tavern. It is warm inside. There's a roaring fire, which seems to be the general thing in most of the places you'll go here, as to get yourself out of the cold. And it is bustling. There are a handful of various people. Again, these kind of stockier, hardy people. There's a lot of facial hair on almost all of the men. A couple of the women. Hair's a little scraggly, but most people are they're bigger built, mostly one because the extra weight helps to keep you warm.
Sure.
But this is a hard life up here, so people are also pretty broad and stocky and have a degree of strength to them.
Live big, eat big.
Correct. And there is an upper floor here to the Judge and Jury where you can see there's only 2 rooms. This is more of a tavern than it is an actual than an inn for you to stay in, but there are a couple of rooms. You can see on the wall the chandeliers are made of elk antlers, kind of strung together with various candles on them.
Oh.
There's the upper balcony where those 2 upper rooms are, and there are a ton of just various size animal heads of different kinds on the wall. But you can, again, that's sort of the decor. of this area.
Gaston style.
Pretty much, yeah. But there also is something a little bit different. Is there is a almost like an altar kind of off in the one corner, and it is an altar to Tyr.
Huh.
And you guys can make me a religion check.
Ooh.
16.
Give myself guidance.
10.
That was a 13. It hit it.
I saw that.
Oh.
Does that go to a 1?
No, I went to a 7.
Okay.
Can I keep 13?
Sure.
Yay!
Because this is really irrelevant.
16.
Okay. So basically, what you guys know is you saw the plaque outside that said that Brickon was a Templar of the Triad. And the Triad is a holy bonding kind of an almost party, if you will, of 3 of the more benevolent gods here in this world, and that would be Ilmater, Torm, and Tyr. So that's justice, that's kind of righteousness, suffering, but also endurance,
Sacrifice.
Yeah,
all the good stuff.
It's all the good stuff, and that being a Templar, someone is devoted to divine, this is like the holiest good person one could be, because you couldn't just pick one, so you picked 3. But this is the judge and jury, so there is a it seems that this one is more dedicated, this particular tavern, to Tyr, god of justice.
Is there an executioner tavern?
You don't know?
I ask you guys don't know either, I suppose.
Yeah.
You guys were only here a couple months, briefly. I mean, the town's not too big, but if you found a place, I mean, that's entirely up to you, tell me. If you were here you were only here for, what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, probably at most.
And you were here
I would just be passing through.
You were just passing through.
Trying to get to
Uncle the Brick.
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah. So you guys wouldn't really. So you probably would have passed through here on your way in. So this is one of the more prominent taverns. Although there are, at least this seems to be the mainstay one. Although there are a handful of others. As when you're not working, drinking is usually a good bet.
Yeah.
To what to do when you're in a town that's this remote.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what would you guys like to do here in the town?
Grab a table.
table and some drinks.
Yeah.
I'll get the first round. You guys grab a table.
All right, cool. I'm gonna take off my gauntlets for right now.
Sure, you can do that.
Put them on my belt.
Yeah, you actually notice that the way the spikes are on the gauntlets and the spikes are on the rest of the armor, it's actually relatively easy to just like
put them there.
Spike on spike.
Nice.
You know, so they kind of almost have their own little holster, so that you have access to your hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No reason to start crushing, mugs and stuff.
Yeah, or
not a savage.
Women, depending on
Ayo.
your persuasion.
Wink, wink.
Women, really, whichever you're
Low.
whatever you feel like.
-1.
All right. Barkeep.
And then a kind of burly, slightly elderly gentleman kind of walks up to the bar, and he's being your stereotypical. He got his big old pewter flagon, and he's got a rag, and he's kind of washing out the flagon, and he kind of says, "So, what can I get for you?"
What is the house special?
Well, he'll point to a couple of different. You'll see some bottles and things behind the bar, and he'll point. He says, "Well, we got a limited amount of dwarven fire spirits that we are able to." And he kind of he's like, "All right, never mind." He just kind of moves on. And he says, "We do have." He goes, "Obviously, we have Bold Light. Yeah. Everybody has it." Which, is not much
Don't
better.
knock it.
I mean,
it
suffices.
It's everywhere. And he says, "But
standard gets the job done."
He says the mainstay. I mean, are you familiar with the area?
I just came from the Wyvern Peaks under the mountain, but I'm relatively.
Seems a little taken aback to see that a halfling had came from the dwarven area, but he doesn't. It's not his business to question. He says, "But if you're here in Brickon's homestead, you need to try." And he points to a cask. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not a cask. Like a mason, like a oversized mason jar with a spigot stuck in the side.
Yeah.
And he says, "This is Starshine. This is the main drink that we make here in Brickon's homestead. It's something to keep you going, something to keep you warm.
Why is he so
it also is great at starting fires.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Put hair on your chest.
Yeah. How about, can I get 3 starshines and 3 bold lights, please?
And he will go ahead and he says, you'll find there's no small cups in this tavern. And he basically takes like a pint glass and just fills it with this moonshine.
Oh,
and he gives you 3 pint glasses.
Hey, get food too.
You know what? I'm gonna cancel the bold lights. I did not expect these to be this large. What's on the menu for tonight as far as food goes?
And he goes, oh,
on it.
He's a good kid.
Also, Jake, Dubba says your beard is coming in good.
I know, I've been working on
definitely starting to get the dwarf vibe. Really
That's
dig
right.
the commitment to the character.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks, so we'll see how scraggly it gets.
And he says, well, we've got, we obviously have a couple of loaves of some kind of crusty sourdough bread. And he says, we actually did, let's go ahead and do this. Jeremiah managed to get a moose the other day. So we have a nice moose stew.
Could I actually get 3 bowls of the moose stew and a loaf of the sourdough?
And he says, all right. And he will come in, he'll take, like, he's got nice wooden bowls and he'll ladle in.
Right.
Moose is really good, yeah.
How much will that be altogether?
Let's
Just
see.
a pain to bring down, that's all. Hard to punch him. Hard to catch him to punch him.
I should have put together prices.
I think.
Oh, do I have it?
Right over there.
I do have it. Let's see. So a loaf of bread is 2 copper pieces. A meal and this is a modest. Well, this is a modest meal. 1. Let's see, 1.5. So a mug of blah blah blah. Let's just call it. Let's call it 4 gold all.
All right.
Which you realize, well, you don't know because you've never had this alcohol, but like for a hard liquor, a pint glass's worth, that's seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I'm gonna tip a gold.
All right, and he takes it and he'll kind of.
Would you mind helping me take it to the table? There's a lot of stuff.
And he's like, and he just chuckles. He's like, yeah, of course. He puts down the rag and the pewter flagon.
Thank you. I didn't get your name.
Oh, let's get this guy's name. Hang on. His name is gonna be
Jeremiah's friend.
Jeremiah's friend. His name is Karrak.
Karrak, nice to meet you. I'm Oz.
And he says, "Nice to meet you," and he'll help you with the. He'll do the bowls, right?
Okay.
The server fashion,
The
bowls
mugs and the bread. All right.
Ha!
Here you go. This is called Starshine. It'll warm you up and put hair on your chest. Good luck with that. This is a nice moose stew. I'm gonna chop it up and then take one of the end pieces because no one likes the end pieces. So I'm gonna bite that bullet. Just dip it in my stew and
I'll take the other end piece because I do like the end pieces.
Oh.
I'm just gonna take bread because it's fucking bread. I don't care what piece it is.
All right, man.
the hostility is unnecessary. You're welcome, by the way.
Ah, yeah, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, it was on me. We're a team.
Thanks, bartender guy.
It's Karrak, but thanks. You're welcome.
Thanks,
And
Corey.
he will take the gold piece that you tipped him and he'll go over and like drop it off at the shrine.
Nice guy.
Of Tyr.
Nice.
Makes way back. Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good
Good
mission.
first day.
Yes.
Oh God.
All right, so Starshine is this is an easy to create, but high potency moonshine. So this stuff, you are a fan. It's a different kind of burn than fire spirits. You also are familiar with it as. Recently, you know that the dwarves. This is one of the things that the dwarves trade for because essentially this can be used as essentially oil for starting fires.
I will mention something like that. They told me that you could use it for lamp oil, so just like be careful with the sparkies.
So the dwarves, it's sacrilege to use fire spirits as alchemist fire, which it works as. So they use this instead.
This is like denatured alcohol, basically.
Essentially, yes.
Delicious.
But it does. It's not too bad as far as
It's drinkable.
It's drinkable. It is rough, but like it's brewed in such a way that it has like the slightest tinge of. There's a lot of there is a degree of work that was put into it, so it has a degree of caffeine to it, very minimal, so that it keeps you awake and going. Right. And you, as soon as you drink it, it warms up your entire insides.
Oh, nice.
So it keeps you warm. So if you were to step outside now, you'd actually be more or less numb to the cold.
That'd be perfect for guard duty.
Right. You can actually drink a fair amount of it. Right. But you also get the feeling that it's drank so much, and they probably start them pretty early on it here, that like everybody has an insane tolerance to it. But it's like to the point where they drink it out of pint glasses.
Yeah, it's pretty hefty for that.
Yeah,
I like it.
So like, yeah.
How you doing?
It's what's your constitution modifier?
2.
Yours?
3.
Okay. So you can get like about like an eighth into this pint glass before you start to feel it a little bit. Like you start getting that warm, fuzzy, like you're getting...
Am I shining? Am I shining like a star?
Yes.
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 It's working. Keep drinking. You're doing it.
You can get about a quarter in because you're not a particularly alcohol. You
can finish it.
Yeah. So you can like you'll start to feel like where she's at, like that warm, like rosy cheek feel at the bottom of this drink. Especially because you spent the past like 3 days doing nothing but binge drinking
holy water.
Holy water.
That's right. Takes the edge off after a long day's march.
It does. It does seem to do a slight relief to your aching muscles. This is, and again, you do feel wholly warm on the inside. As soon as it kind of goes down the throat, it just warms up your whole insides. You do feel a little bit more energy than you had. Not like too much. Not like a cup of coffee. Maybe like a cup of tea.
Good one, Ted.
But anyway. Yeah, but it's good, and it's drinkable, and it's cheap.
Wow.
And like I said, if you need to make a Molotov cocktail, it works pretty well. Or if you ever wanted to try your hand at fire breathing, this would also work for that.
No.
If I got on fire right now, I'd be like,
what?
Like extra on fire?
Yeah,
probably, but don't.
Probably be the same amount on fire. Why are you whispering?
Because
apparently that's what happens when she gets drunk. She starts to
We're
whisper.
in a busy place. I don't want to be rude.
It's a busy place. No one can hear us.
Yeah, anyway, nobody cares. Alright.
I'm very prickly human being.
Because of the... was that on purpose? Liked it.
Is that some sort of fucking insult?
No, this is kind of a joke.
I think it's a play on words. Because you're spiky?
Yeah.
Like
I'm a fucking human?
Prickly. Yeah. Because both in attitude and in armor.
He's a dwarf.
I'm a dwarf, not a human.
No. I'm drunk.
She's drunk.
This is empty.
Have some of mine. I have a lot left.
Good, alright. Here, we'll trade. Alright.
So, what's the plan moving forward, guys?
I don't know. I guess we'll wait for Wave to get back and then, we'll maybe check that job board tomorrow. And if there's anything, I mean, we'll have to see how much a boat either to the Abbey or down south costs, and then depending on that, we'll...
I can get us a ship.
Alright, well then we'll probably use that ability of yours to get us a ship.
Cool.
Good around boats.
Yeah, should we,
counterintuitive seeing how I do fire things, but
I believe you.
Should we sell the, saber-tooth tiger hides, or...?
I was gonna sell mine. Although you want to keep one?
I just want to keep the skull.
I thought you wanted to, like, have the skull and then, like, a cape.
Oh, the skull that we specifically... She said you wanted to do... did you want to do a skull cap cape or just the helm?
Oh, I was just going to do the helm.
Which works out because she took the head off of the one that's being butchered with the glaive.
I just want that with, like, the teeth coming here.
Yeah, I'll probably just sell...
And then my feather.
That might be able to pay for the, passage if we need it.
Gumra.
Hopefully.
Gumra!
Nobody... No going Gumra around here, alright?
Yes.
We're in a tavern.
My life
To the Gumra.
That is the...
It's not something you do, it's something you are.
That is a
like
t-shirt
Wumbo?
Like Wumbo.
Alright. Gumra and Wumbo.
Yep. Alright.
Cool. So let's drink up, go to bed.
All right, cool.
I think I'm gonna get a flask of this stuff for the road. This is
I
nice.
agree.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So, did you guys want to get rooms? Try to get the rooms here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. So you'll go back to Karrak, and he'll tell you that he does happen to have vacancies. They're able to pretty much put up houses relatively quick.
Nice.
They do have a surplus of lumber, which they do keep cut because that's one of the things they trade to the dwarves.
Okay.
As when the dwarves can't get, I mean, it works. Coal burns that hard, hotter and longer, but
Right.
sometimes you just need lumber for, furniture, for weapons,
Sure.
or, you don't have access to all the coal all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, coal's not good for cooking fires.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they have a general supply, so, that's kind of kicking around, so they can build houses relatively quickly, too.
Nice.
Log cabins are easy to construct when you have a bunch of people that know how to do it.
Halfway Alaskan, halfway Amish.
More or less, yeah. That's actually a pretty good. Not a lot of the neckbeards.
Yeah,
though.
that's
mostly
fair. Full beards.
Because it's just too much work and they don't have time. So there's a lot of Kent beards either. Like you come from a dwarven stronghold where everybody's like got the braids and this, and it's just kind of like they just let it go until it either gets shorn off, burnt off, or it just keeps going.
Bunch of seventies.
Like tucked in belts, tucked in shirts, whatever the case is, until it becomes a nuisance. It grows that long. Strangely enough, more shorter hair though. Doesn't make a lot of sense. You don't really get it. But anyway, yeah, you guys are able to secure those rooms here at the inn. You guys gonna get both rooms, one room? What's the plan? I don't know how you guys roll.
Let's just split one room.
Nah, I'm okay with that.
Sure. Okay. This is 5 silver pieces for one room.
All right. I'm gonna wait here until Wave gets back.
Or is he coming back, or is he going to sleep in a barracks or
I'm
something?
gonna wait a couple hours.
Alright, I'm going to go to bed.
And then I'm gonna drink
Bed.
for a couple hours.
Okay.
And wait. Alone, preferably.
Sure.
Night.
Night.
Nay.
Night. Don't light it on fire.
Do my best.
Okay. Bring a pail of water with you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So, before we jump into Wave's story here, as him and Sabine turn to Commander Maddox, we will. I think maybe we'll take a little break.
Take a fiver.
All right.
Yeah, so, anyway, guys, we will be
Right
back. So, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Mage hand
Back.
punch.
You can't do that.
Sure I can. Ew.
You can't cast Mage Hand. You can cast Mage Hand.
She
Yes,
could.
and
But
it
she
can't
didn't.
punch.
Mentally, I message you. Punch!
Aren't you sleeping right now?
Yeah, you are.
Maybe.
Sleeping.
But no, not the character. Celine.
Oh, okay.
Celine messages
I
you
could
in your
take
brain.
the 10 gallons of water and if she ever does blow up with fire, I can just make it around her so it just
Absorb it.
contains
I
it.
mean, you can create it and you can shape it. So I think that could potentially be a
Little
thing.
water
You could-
pod.
You see?
A Tide
A
Pod.
Tide pod.
Tasty.
Yeah.
It's your daily dose.
Claire was very upset that you didn't decide to keep your
Yes.
character's name as Tide Pod. Did she tell you?
Yes.
Wasted opportunity.
Ooh. I forgot that I had a spell scroll.
Tide pod a day keeps the doctor away.
I don't think that's true.
You know, one time I spilled some laundry detergent, which is, I imagine, similar to a Tide Pod, on a hardwood floor, and it completely stripped all of the finish
Oh!
Wow.
and all of the stain underneath, just completely off.
Down to the bare wood.
Yeah, down to the bare wood, and all the color out of it. And I was like, well, pretty caustic stuff. I can't
Yeah.
imagine eating that.
I saw a tutorial on how to make an edible Tide pod.
Anyway, this isn't a D&D game. This is actually a Tide ad.
Oh, Jake, you did the thing. You know,
Ah.
I'd be okay if we got a sponsorship from Tide.
We make enough jokes about it.
We'd have a lot of money from doing a Tide
Mhm.
ad. I just want to see, because I think there was a thing that happened.
Got blood on your armor? No worries. Hit it with some Tide.
That's fine.
Take it right off.
That's right. I punch him because I'm brawny.
Delightful.
Alright, sorry folks, I just wanted to check a thing. Alright, so, as you retire to bed, Oz. Yes, you shall roll me a percentile die.
Both of us?
Nope, just Oz.
Oh. A.T. Juan.
Kenobi.
Obi-Juan.
80 with Juan.
Yeah.
Just some guy tavern.
80 y uno.
No, y Juan.
¿Y Juan?
Es llama Juan.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué es llama Juan?
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
No sé.
So you find in the room
Sí.
Es posible.
a quill.
Oh.
Quill? Hang on, let's see.
1.
Okay.
8.
A key that you know that can take the form of any other key.
Ooh.
If you have an original copy and enough time.
How much time?
1d4 hours per attempt.
What is this that you have now?
I have a key that
It's a
can take the
skeleton
form
key.
Why?
of any other
He
key
found it in the bedroom.
Oh.
Because
provided.
Oh, and on the side of the key it says a thing.
Ted, you need a dice box?
Pat,
Oh.
your character gets syphilis.
Oh no!
Fuck!
You're paladin though. Oh no, you're not.
No, he's a fighter. You
No.
get syphilis.
Oh, it's stuck around.
I just want to make sure I get it right.
Say,
Yep.
say a prayer to Tyr for the injustice of your crotch. And hope he fixes it.
Where did he get syphilis from?
I'm
The
not
cosmos.
gonna ask.
It's cosmic syphilis.
Oh god.
Uh,
The
it's-
worst kind.
It has a D and a B. D, like, and then like a little like period and then a B period on the side of the key.
That's probably David Brennan's key.
Yeah, David Bowie's.
Ah.
Fitting in a town where Starshine is a drink.
Cool.
So, alright, you have that and then you go to bed.
I go bed.
You
Yeah,
keep
fucking
drinking.
king.
Well, there we go. That's how that works. So.
I imagine you immediately falling asleep too. Like just like on off.
Alright, so
No.
Wave, you and Sabine head to the main militia house here, the Brickon Homestead militia house, where you two go and you head inside of a building you're well familiar with. It is a meeting room. You know, there's sort of like a large kind of area where once a year the militia, everyone that has registered for the militia, whether they're on current active duty or at any point have been a part of the militia, they all meet. It is a large portion of it is just like a party, like people sharing stories, getting together, but it is also sort of like a weird frontier stead Weight Watchers, where everybody sort of is weighed in to see if they're still fit for active duty. Occasionally jovial, friendly fistfights will break out, whereas people joke about how, like, oh, you're putting on a couple pounds. Well, it looks like you're not fit for duty. And it's like, I'll show you fit for duty. And then it just turns into a little bit of a brawl. You pass through the meeting room. You know, there is a barracks where the kind of on-duty militias stay, so they don't have to, they can go out, do their rounds. They can sleep here. And then there is also small training, kind of like an indoor training area. A lot of the training takes place outside because that's where most of your fighting and your combat will ever be. But there's a small, little, more like a martial style, like hand-to-hand combat training dojo. And then there is an office that is Grizzly Maddox's office. You and Sabine make your way there.
Is there a door?
There is. And you hear a, come in.
We go inside.
You open the door and you see behind the desk is a large, I guess, muscular, hairy, a bear of a man, if you will. Hence where he got his name, Grizzly. And he sees you, and a smile breaks across his face as he sees you and Sabine. And the two of you walk in, and he kind of like looks expectantly behind you in anticipation. And after a few seconds, as he sees you gently shake your head no, the smile kind of drains from his face, and he kind of like sits back in his chair. And he kind of like shakes that off and tries to bring back a manner of some sort of joy in that you have returned. And he looks to the two of you and he says, well, tell me what happened.
Well, there was Kuatoa and they attacked, as you probably know, and there was a lightning blast, and well, I had to save Sabine, bring her back from the dead.
And he's like, his eyes go pretty wide at that, and he says, how?
Well, she's fire resistant, being a tiefling, so we were able to...
No, I mean, how did you bring her back from the dead?
Oh, we were able to resurrect her. I was able to get the dwarves to help us.
And he's like, what?
After we helped the dwarves,
and he's like, then he like opens it. Hang on. He opens up like a ledger, and he's like, all right, hang on. He like pulls out a pair of glasses, puts some little tiny spectacles on his nose, kind of starts writing down. He's like, all right, start again. You tell him everything you told him. He's like, all right, now continue. He continues to write with his quill as he's.
So we had to fight some bugbear, get the pump back for the adamantine forge. For the dwarves.
Like bugbear. It's his story.
Yeah, you can tell it however you want.
Well, we fought the one guy, right?
No.
Not a single bugbear, just that one goblin lady.
Oh,
it's fine. You're telling the story.
Sabine
wasn't there. She can't vouch for you.
Oops.
It's okay. You stick to your guns.
Sure. So that happened, and then I hung out with a dwarf. He became a battle rager.
Oh, and he's like, he seems like, oh, that's weird. I haven't heard about that in a while. Battle rager, question mark, underline.
And on the way back, we fought some saber-toothed tigers, took care of them. Here we are.
And he goes, right. And he says, well, what of the other members of the High Five?
They were killed in the lightning blast.
What of them? Their remains, their bodies.
The ashes. I have them here.
Kind of writes something down. He like closes that ledger, takes out a different ledger.
Here are bleeding cards.
Yeah, it's okay. Those are garbage cards.
Okay.
Takes out a different ledger. This one is a black book ledger. And he opens it up, and it's just somber as he opens this book, and he flips a couple pages through. He starts writing down the names of the people he knows that have fallen. Just writes it down, and he says we can thank you for the follow. And he says we should have a service for them. I know their bodies were already cremated, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to have
I agree.
service to honor their fall in battle. He writes stuff down. He somberly closes that ledger and puts it back on the shelf. And he says, well, normally this would be a joyous day where I could tell you your training is complete. I'm sorry. When you see, like, he takes his little nose spectacles off and puts them off to the side, he says, there's always a risk of something like this happening. And every time you hear something like this happens to someone, you always think it's going to happen to someone else. Not someone that you train and that you've raised and spent time with for what seems like a lot longer than just a mere year. But he says, best we can do is honor their loss and their sacrifice and keep going. The two of you are here and healthy. So it seems. Except for your syphilis.
Even he knows about it.
You can't hide cosmic syphilis.
You just read that aura. And he says, but yes. So, and he will like reach, and he will take out an amulet, and he will actually no, not an amulet. I'm sorry, I've been doing too many amulets. Like a brooch or like a cloak clasp, and he will, and it is basically it is like a 4-pointed star, and it is made out of, the clasp is made out of iron, and he will hand one to you, he will hand one to Sabine, and he says, I officially welcome you into the Brickon's Homestead militia. And he kind of just like across the chest there.
Thank you, sir.
As well. And he just kind of like leans back in his...
Enjoying the story.
Thank you, Jake. He leans back in his leather chair and he says, and he like reaches into his desk drawer and like pulls out a bottle and 3 glasses. Pours one, gives one to you, gives one to Sabine, and says, to the high five. Start rolling. And you all clink glasses together and toast to your fallen comrades. And now you're, what are you going by now? The two of you had one. I don't remember what you called it. No, it had a name. I don't remember what you called it, but it was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Pat doesn't remember.
Slip my memory.
Too high.
Maybe
it might have been.
I think it was that.
I think it was too high. Yeah.
It was too high.
Yeah. And he says, "Well, may the too high continue to patrol, adventure, and
the high too, right, Sabine?
That might." And she's just like takes a drink and then she'll like Brickon's like, no. it's not really my style. And like pour himself.
Sorry, I didn't know.
He's like, no, it's fine.
Oh.
He says, I think I can give you this one.
This is a nice moment.
And he'll pour himself another drink. And you guys reminisce for a little while about the times of training and the little anecdotes here and there. Like, the time, oh, geez, what was... you have the names in front of you, right, Pat?
No, I don't. I don't know where the note sheet is. Somewhere in here.
Well,
maybe
you should look for it.
In that little pile of...
Doodling. It was on a piece, I think, of...
regular paper.
Yeah.
It has a big X through it.
That's right, it did. Alias.
I love your dedicated note-taking.
Yep. Sticks around for a while. Nope.
Ah, that's gotta be the one. Oh, no, I'm not.
Nope.
I would have loved it if it was
on the back of
piece of paper he was doodling on.
That would have been great.
No, I don't.
Those other guys, the archer guy, that time you guys played Dodge the Arrow, where he would shoot an arrow directly up into the sky, and you had to not get hit by it.
Good times.
Is it in?
Is it that?
Is this it? I don't know, man. Nope. This is... I don't even know what this could possibly be. This is some paladin. I imagine it's Patrick.
It's one of Pat's many paladins.
This is empty, and you said you wanted to keep this, so you can keep it right over there.
You can keep it in your cubby.
That's right. That they are savage, seem not to feel pain. They destroy and mutilate bodies. There was a wizard who opened the portal, didn't get a good look. Shit is crazy. It's an all-out war, no idea why. They came out of nowhere. Hundreds dead. They're strange creatures I've never seen before. There are thousands of them. Really miss that invisibility ring.
Aww, Ranrack.
Yep.
Aww.
Yeah.
Ranrack.
That was my favorite little thing that I don't know why. Did you guys sending him? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh man. Good times.
Oh, so yeah. There was that sheet of notes that I had.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know.
I don't have your notes.
I'll start a fire.
Anyway, all those guys.
The stories you remember. That one time Sabine accidentally, her glaive dropped and like stuck in the ground, and somebody ran into it and hit their nuts on the on the butt.
Oh, glavy.
Yep, you know, things like that. The time the bard was singing a song and he accidentally cast Vicious Mockery on Wave. Or not Vicious Mockery, Tasha City's Laughter, and you just kept failing the save, so you had to roll around on the ground laughing, and the joke wasn't even very funny.
And that's how I got syphilis.
And sure, I mean, I was gonna
From
stop.
the bard.
I was gonna stop that joke, but we can keep it going.
No, we don't have to continue that.
Back up a funny syphilis.
Yeah. So you guys joke around for that for a little while, and eventually the two of you end up leaving, and he just kind of sits there with his thoughts behind the desk, and the door shut, and exit out of the militia house.
All right.
So where did the two of you go?
Back to judge and jury.
All right. So you guys make your way back. You see Rick alone, drinking at a table.
What's up?
As the two of you come in.
Nothing. Made the militia.
Good, yeah. Well, I mean, you
see the iron kind of brooch there. With the
bartender.
stars. And he comes back. Karrak.
3 more.
And he will. All right. And he'll 3 more full glasses of Starshine.
All right, there you go. Here you go, Sabine.
You should take one.
All right. Cool.
And she's like,
Pour a little out for the homies.
yeah, she'll drink it, and the 3 of you guys, stay around and continue drinking. I imagine if Rick has anything to say about, probably in silence.
I mean, I'm not planning on talking.
Right. What about you?
Rick's really a better listener. Actually, he's not a great listener.
What?
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
Well, I don't know. I'll just I'll drink for a little bit and then I guess I'll retire.
Okay. Sabine will as well. She is content to sit quietly and contemplate the fact that she was dead.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't say anything.
No.
She just drinks. Just kind of the two of it. Just a really awkward, like
She's
not
my best.
awkward.
No, she's my best friend.
Yeah, you guys just drink together in
Quietly.
silence.
It's great.
And you kind of there's rabble, all around, people talking about different things. And, someone's chair pushes back across the floor. And it squeaks. Yeah, and then eventually she will just kind of like she goes up to bed. And then
I'm gonna do the drunk thing where you sit there and then eventually just fall asleep sitting there
in the chair.
Yep.
You start to like fall over a little bit. As you start to fall over, the spikes on your arms just like dig into the table, and you're just like this, you're, like sort of halfway leaning back, but your spikes have you like wrapped. And these are thick oak tables, so you're like it's like your hands are just there, and then as you start to lean, it just like when they catch on like a knot, and you're just stuck there, just like kind of suspended.
I put my helmet on before I go to sleep.
All right.
So it just looks like I'm menacingly staring at everyone.
Just got that menacing lean, just... Alright. And, as much as I would like to continue the story the next day, considering I have to be up in less than 5 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've been... the 12-hour to 14-hour, or 14 to 16, realistically. Those shifts continue. So, unfortunately, guys, we started a little bit late, but there was... 14 to 16-hour shifts, so we started a little bit late.
Yep.
That'll happen.
It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I was rushing to get home. Jake actually beat me here. So.
That's right.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for thank you, Dubba, for the donation of the magical key. Or the key,
yeah,
rather,
thank you.
To Oztoot, which is exactly how he worded it.
Awesome.
Oztoot gets a trinket. And we will return. Oh, hang on.
Oh, hang on.
Celine.
Yes.
One way percentile. Before we go. I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
In the shuffle.
hope it's fire-based.
92.
Ooh.
Getting up there.
Oh, no.
What?
Every time. You sneeze compulsively.
No, Celine.
Yeah?
Now, when you crit, when your spell crits a target, cheers erupt out of thin air and everything moves in completely awesome slow motion, although you seem to be the only one aware of it. For now.
Write that down. Don't forget it.
I'm going to. There's lots going on. Let's put the dice away and then I'll do it.
It's a 20 crit.
But for everybody else, it's normal.
You never had that happen?
Neither of you.
So wait, in my mind, I'm moving slow motion?
Like, the
to
whole
you,
thing.
Yes, everything.
cheers erupt out of it. People are cheering a raucous cheer for your crit, and everything moves in completely awesome, that is italicized,
Okay.
slow motion, although you seem to be the only one aware of it, for now.
Okay.
It says, aware of it, ellipses, for now.
Cool.
One day you'll run into one other person who notices.
I think
You too.
I will ask.
You too?
I will ask you guys, because we've encountered this a little bit on one of the other streams.
Okay.
I think. Well, will you tell me? Do we want to limit the on crit related trinkets to one per person if it's an option that you have? I know sorcerers have it. I don't know if other classes do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
What?
as much fun as it would be to not tell you, if you got the one where when you crit something with your spell, your undergarments teleport 10 feet in a random direction, which is one of them.
That's fine, because I'm not wearing any.
Well, that's what happened to
Commander.
our sorcerer in the Horde of the Dragon Queen game. She's like, once was enough. I'm not wearing any underwear anymore.
Yeah.
She also has 2d4 chocolate coins rain down from the sky
Ooh.
whenever she crits. So, like, the foil chocolate coins come down.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we'll limit it to one.
Okay.
So that's fine. So there you go. You have that. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss that, otherwise I would have totally forgotten about that trinket.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody else, was there any other trinkets in the chat? I don't think so. I think I got them all. So that is that. So folks, like I said, there probably won't be a Nith build character tomorrow. As much fun as I would like to do a 20th level character build, I would, except for this one was specifically said I needed to have at least one level in every class, which makes it kind of boring. But how can I try to... Basically, it's a test for me to see how well I can optimize a 20th level character with a level in each class. Which sucks with standard array, because that means I'm going to have to put points in intelligence, wisdom, charisma, strength, and dex to make it useful.
Yeah.
I need at least 13 in all of those stats.
Could you be a variant or a regular human?
Good.
You get 13s across the board?
No, because it's a standard array, so it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. So... yep, that is what's going on. So that is that. That's the request. The only benefit is it's a 20th level character, but at the same time, that means I won't get, that's 12 levels
Of one
class.
You gotta go
So,
fighter or rogue
I
to get
gotta
the stats.
to get the stats to put me where I need to be. Yep. So I am gonna probably wait on that and just skip it so that I can 1, either sleep, 2, stay in a hotel if the snow is bad, or 3, come home and spend time with my wife before the hopefully daycare doesn't close, so that I can come in late on Thursday so she can go to an interview. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Good luck, Claire.
But yeah, so we'll be back next Monday with ideally with Princes of the Apocalypse, which should be a fun time as it always is. Party is level 5 now, so that's good times.
Yeah. Combat's kicking up.
I was just thinking about how long it took the Belladonnas to hit 5.
Yeah, well, they're level 8 now.
Yeah,
that's good.
They're doing great now.
But yeah, they will be level. They will be level 5. The backstory just started to come into play. They put a couple of things together. So that's fun. And then we'll be back again with more Evrand until we get to the 27th. And for those of you who came out last night, the episode of Horde of the Dragon Queen should be coming out sometime this weekend, hopefully, which was the campaign finale of Horde of the Dragon Queen. That's However, do not despair, as the Belladonnas will return in 2 weeks' time with Rise of Tiamat #1. Although you may not be seeing the same, you definitely won't be seeing the entirely same cast. You will see at least 2 of the same members, including the newest member, the first ever male member of the Belladonnas, but played by a lady. So, I guess the term we're going with is Belladano. Oh, Katie made it up. Whatever. So yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I like that better.
Anyway.
Next week is the 13th.
Yes, it is. So, assuming I'm not dead.
Please don't be dead.
Mostly because of work, and hopefully work is done.
If we need to postpone it, it's okay.
If we need to postpone it a week, that works for me.
Yeah? Oh, right, because you have the test.
I won't be there the week after.
Right.
I'm going to be in a recording studio with my band.
And he's going to record all of the music for this upcoming track of mine.
That's the plan.
Is it really?
I'm trying to... I mean, it depends on how much... Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the drum tracks.
This is the first time you're ever missing, isn't it?
Zaltris, I won't tell you the answer to that because I don't want to give you spoilers.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not.
But no, we're going to have our first ever... we'll have 2, like I said, 2 returning cast members, possibly 3. And 1 new one who is, I guess I can spoil it here for those of you who are loyal enough to stay to the end.
Hey.
It will be played by Celeste, the DM and kind of creator of the Venture Maidens. She will be playing Leo, who is the newest member of the Belladonnas.
Leonardo?
No, Leopold Godfrey.
Wow, that's better.
A.K.A. Leo the Lion, A.K.A. the Blue Lion. There's a whole story behind it. But we're going to the Gladiator. So we will explain what happened, as there's going to be a year break between the 2 things. We'll explain what happens during that time, what the party has been up to, what we know about the world. We'll start with that at the beginning, how the party met their new party member. And then we'll roll into... Actually, based on whatever time's left, we'll roll into the game.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, thank you all so much, Internet, for being here. We greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time.
Stay drunk. Maybe.
Let's see. Let's go.
I bet we can do it.
Depending on
don't do that.
What people's statuses are.
That stops that.
Either way, I get taco, so I'm happy.
Yeah. If we don't do it the 13th, you guys don't do it.